Dude, get out of there. Alright, I'm kicking the animals out of the room real quick. Okay, sorry about that. Is everybody here?
We're missing Andrew. Is he playing?
Not
Andrew is still really sick.
Okay.
So he will not be here. And that's okay. So basically, everybody leveled up, correct? And you took whatever spells you needed and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Okay. So basically, if you guys checked page 187 of the Player's Handbook, you would have saw downtime activities, because it's like 2 weeks worth of downtime, so you have time to like actually do some of these things. Let's see. So, Moash or Gabe, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. What did you do for your downtime?
So, me and Adrian talked about this, and essentially, this is like what I would normally do before I would put the report back for duty, is just have as many drinks as physically possible and hit on as many women as physically possible. So essentially, what I was thinking is I wanted to go around to basically every tavern, like as much as I could possibly physically stand as a person, and like every night in a row, and just see if I could successfully pick up women.
Fantasy bar crawl, please. That's what we're hoping for.
Exactly. Okay. All right. Then let's do it. I mean, if you want it to be like quantifiable.
Yes.
Okay. So here's what I want you to do.
Okay.
I want you to roll
Do you want us both to do it? Because we're going together.
Yeah.
Oh, this is what you're both doing?
Yeah.
Okay, so both of you roll both a d6 and a d8.
Okay. I'm just going to do it on Lexi. Just so you know.
Oh, you're in the Discord. Yeah.
D6. Oh shit. D8.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Together for me.
Add them together? I have a 4.
I have a 6.
That's essentially out of the 14 nights, those are the successful times.
Hey.
That's the number of successful times you picked up someone.
Hey.
I'll take that.
I'll take it. That's not bad. That's not bad.
2 weeks? That's pretty good.
4 women in 2 weeks? Hell yeah.
And they gave 6 women in 2 weeks, I guess. But also, I want you guys to roll.
Oh no.
A d10.
A d10?
No, just roll a d10.
Okay.
Oh, that's 2.
Oh boy.
I blame the fact that I'm rolling on Lexi's, not mine.
That's fine. And then, Adrian, you got a 5?
Yeah.
Okay, so 2, 5. Gabe, you spent 12 gold pieces over the course of the 2 weeks. And Andrew, you spent 15 gold pieces over the 2 weeks.
Damn.
That's drinks for you, as well as drinks for picking up.
The drinks for the lady friends.
Yeah.
Also, I just want to... 100%. All right, Chris, here's what I want to do.
Okay.
I want now to just, like, role play skipping ahead, and it's, like, the end of the 2 weeks. It's, like, the last day. And what I'm picturing is I went up to Damaia and I was like, hey, let's talk stats.
Oh no.
Sure, you guys do that.
All right, tight.
No, like, do it now.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
So, a little bit more successful than you this time around.
It's just a part of being what I am, okay? You have all of the potential here. Like, look at me. And then also, I'm trying to pick up women as a woman. Do you think this is easy?
I don't know. I don't know this city. It could be pretty liberal. They could swing either way. It's not.
Are you telling me after 2 weeks of this, you don't remember what the city is like?
Oh, I 100% do. Yes, and it was 100% easier for me, and I guarantee you there were times that, like, you remember that time that there's the brunette and the blonde, and I thought things were going really well, only to realize that both of their boyfriends were there and also getting them drinks. So that time didn't really go too well for me.
You got played. 100%.
I did get played hard. I just bought a bunch of free drinks for no reason. But I still spent less than you, so I'm counting that a win.
I will also count that up to some good old fantasy racism. 15. You get discounts and I get upcharged, and that's just the way of the world, brah.
You can either see it as that, or maybe you just drink more than he does.
That is true. I think I also might be a heavier drinker.
We could settle that right now, Damaia.
All right, let's do it. Drink off. Shot for shot, you bitch.
Do you guys want to have like a drinking contest?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. What?
Are we doing shots? Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing shots. Of course we are.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, let's say it's that, I guess, the end of the 2 weeks. It's that last night. Or around then, because I have more stuff that we're going to cover within these 2 weeks. But you both have already struck out for the night, so you're just pretty much going to get toasted and go to sleep.
Hell yeah.
Tight.
I want to get burnt, not just toasted.
Okay. Let's see. How do I want to do this? I guess I just want you both to roll a Constitution saving throw, because I think that will help determine.
Cool, I have +0. All right. Oh my god! +5! What the fuck, bro? Damn!
Wait, how do you have a +5?
It's from my draconic ancestry, my Constitution bonus, or my saving throw higher.
I was set up to lose.
Yeah. So, let's see. Is it feasible that a person could take 23 shots and not die?
People have done it for their 21st birthdays, so.
As I say, a person who also has, like, dragon blood in their veins.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to say, okay, Gabe, you took 23 shots. And
yeah.
Adri, you took 16 before you were out of commission.
Damn.
Haley, I want you to hear what I do next, because it's very important. I take out a knife, and I immediately start carving my name on the wall.
Hey!
You start doing the bartender definitely stops you.
No. I'm like 2 gold pieces. I'm like, no. This is happening.
You do what now?
I want to bribe him with 2 gold pieces.
Just 2?
2 gold pieces?
Yeah, but you're carving into the wall.
Yeah, but not like the main area. It's gonna be like off to the side.
Like in the bathrooms and the stalls.
Yeah. Do you want to like roll a sleight of hand check to see if you just do it without someone noticing?
I have earned this. Okay. I just really want to do it. I think we've really built some good rapport here. I think we got a good thing going. I just spent a ton of money on all these shots. Just let's
say
do
this to the tavern.
The bartender. Yep. I'm trying to convince him to let me do it.
I guess he's like a gruff-looking man. He goes, make it 3, and I'll turn the other way.
Sold, my good sir.
Okay, I guess subtract 3 more gold pieces from your inventory. And you have carved your name into the side of the wall of this tavern, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Our legacy lives on.
Well, like, I didn't put anything with it. It's literally just my name. So, like,
Yeah, I think Haley has done this. I think, didn't Dazzle do this in that country bumpkin town?
Yeah.
yeah, she did.
She legitimately carved her name on the wall too, or in the bar or something.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So those are your nights. Do you guys do anything during the day? I guess start with Gabe. Like as far as like, okay.
He's making dinner right now. Wait, he's back.
Wait,
Never
come
mind.
I saw you up for a second. What'd you say?
That's okay. So that's like your night. That's not really your whole day. Was there any kind of crafting or practicing a profession, researching, training, anything like that?
Yes. So one of the things that I have been doing during the day, knowing that all this kind of turmoil and stuff is happening with my brother back home, I've been looking into possible causes of it went from like really funny, happy stuff to like, this is like actually serious, into looking up what could possibly be causing these like supernatural events such as like the zombies and stuff like that to start like randomly occurring. Like what could be at the cause of that?
So, okay.
So I'm thinking I'm like spending my time in like the palace library, reading up on past events, and like how those were resolved and like what could possibly be a solution to this problem now. That's what I was picturing.
Okay, so you're kind of poring over books and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then, okay, then I will go ahead and I'll have you roll like an investigation check on this to see how, I guess the check will determine how well you do your research. Because you may spend hours of research, doing the wrong thing, researching the wrong thing.
Right, so you said investigation,
yeah,
right?
Investigation check.
Woo. Yep.
Okay.
This is 3 on R.O.U.S.s.
So, I'll circle back to originally there were rumors of ghosts haunting the docks, right?
Okay.
So you started your research there, and I think that it also ended there. Maybe you didn't really get much further than that. And what you learned about, basically, because you rolled pretty poorly, I'm just going to kind of tell you, all you really did was research on ghosts, as in, like, what is a ghost? What can it do? Why is it there?
Yeah.
And what you have discovered is that ghosts haunt places when they have unfinished business. So ghosts, they yearn to complete unresolved tasks from its life, and these could range between like seeking to avenge its own death, fulfilling an oath, or relaying a message to a loved one.
Okay.
The ghost may or may not realize that it's dead, and it could continue its everyday routine that it had in life. Other are, wicked, and a ghost may refuse to rest until maybe a member of a certain family or if an organization is dead. And the surest way to get rid of a ghost is to resolve its unfinished business.
Gotcha.
So that's what you know about ghosts. Ghosts.
Spirits.
Right. All right. I am going to go ahead and jump to Dazzle.
Hello.
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 Now, and I will say to you guys, I noticed to go ahead and look at that page of the DM or the player's handbook. If there was something outside of this that you really wanted to do, like I really liked the flavor that you guys added with your drinking and picking up women, I guess. And I'm gonna throw this out here. I'm gonna all consensual.
Correct.
There will be no consensual actions in this game.
Absolutely.
Except for death is the only non-consensual.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as far as sexual exploits go, I will not be running a game that has anything other than consensual things. Okay. Back to this. If there was something that you wanted to do outside of this area, like let me know, and I will tell you. Okay, yeah, we can do it this way, or whatever. So anyway, Dazzle.
I was going to ask if I could get a pet.
A pet?
Ooh.
Yes.
So here's the thing I will say about that is so if you're gonna have a pet that like lives with you, like in the palace, you'll be gone a lot, but, doing different things. Having something that travels with you is kind of like
Beastmaster.
It's basically like having a familiar. It can be OP. Like
what the heck is a familiar?
A familiar is an animal that like wizards or even a druid or other kind of spellcasters that has bonded with.
I want that.
It almost could be like it's dissonance because it also takes all the same damage and stuff.
What I'm saying, Haley, is that can be a pretty powerful thing to let you have.
How do I get one of those?
I guess what I'm saying is I don't really want you to do that right now, at least.
Okay.
I just think that it's for how low level you guys are right now. It can be something that would give you too much of an edge. You know what I mean?
What if I change my ranger to a beastmaster? Because I got that at level 3. What if I change and I let Haley pick my pet, and it's like her pet, but
so
it fights with me?
Like, yeah. So there is the ranger, which is what Adria's. They actually have a class feature that allows them to have a beast companion. So it's built into that class. So like letting another class have it would be like, okay, so what's the point of letting, it kind of like breaks the game a little bit. Now, I'm not saying that it can't be done. I'm just saying like, let me have some time to think about how to do it, as well as thinking like what kind of beast I would let you have. You know what I mean? Because you're not going to have like something that has like a CR of 1, because that can just be really good.
Yeah, no, I want it like a lizard or something.
Aw.
Yeah.
You want just something for fun?
And we'll think about it.
A lemur. A lemur, Haley.
I was going to. What was I going to do? That was like half of what I was going to do. And then. Bear with me.
It's okay.
I read up these. And we're all at the castle, aren't we? Like,
well,
that's
you
like
all have,
sleeping.
You all have rooms in the castle.
Okay.
Whether or not you're staying there is up to you.
Okay, well, I'm staying in the castle for the time being, and I guess I wanted to like do research in the castle since we were there for a while. So I kind of just figured out the layout of the castle, and I did want to go back to the library on my own and just kind of do my own thing as far as gaining information. No.
What are you specifically trying to research? Are you trying to research something?
Yeah,
specific?
well, I mean, just like everything that's been going on. What if there's anything like I obviously don't know a whole lot. So I guess I could look into orbs. It wasn't like the last thing we gave them was an orb, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So into orbs and like what they are, since I don't really know.
Here, how about this? Roll, like Gabe did, roll an investigation check. And I'll let you know what kind of clues you may or may not find. Or, let you know if there's anything pertinent.
Yes, I'm trying to remember which modifier is that?
It should actually say investigation. Okay. Okay, that is a nat 20.
Yep.
That's really good.
Perfect.
Okay, give me just a second. Let me think. Okay. So you're, I guess, also doing research. And what you find in your research, you might have started looking at like maybe orbs, but you hear a yap. Is that your little?
Yeah, she's mad because I'm not paying attention to her. Wait.
You started looking at orbs. You found readings about orbs of dragonkind, but you realized that those looked nothing like the orb you found. So you kind of put that aside. You didn't really find any other kind of orb that seemed to be of like great importance. So instead, you started thinking about the Shadar Kai, which are the enemies that have been appearing through these portals, right?
Yeah.
And you remember Marius, I think was his name. Marius was said that they came from the Shadowfell. So you started doing some research on the Shadowfell. And this was said to you before, but I'll repeat. The Shadowfell is an echo of the material plane, which the material plane, if you think about, you guys live on your world, right? But there are different planes of existence, which they are outside of the material plane, which is the plane you live on. So there's the Shadowfell, there's the Feywild. Those two planes are actually echoes of the material plane, but there's also like the plane of fire and the plane of water and the plane of air and the plane of earth, and then there's also like celestial planes and the 9 hells and the abyss. Those are like demonic and devilish planes. All these different planes where different beings exist. The Shadowfell is a shadow or an echo of the material plane. And what you know, and through your research, is you've discovered or you've read up on, and it kind of is like a math problem, where the material plane is on a grid. And the material plane, or the Shadowfell would be on the x-axis, and then the Feywild would be on the y-axis, with the Shadowfell matching and the y, or excuse me, and the x-axis would be space, and the y-axis is time, meaning that when time and space are lined up, then you are on the material plane. But you can actually, or no, I'm sorry, when they're lined up, they could be different in the Shadowfell or in the Feywild relative to the material plane. I don't know if that makes so. Like basically, if you were to, because so there is ways to travel between the planes, and these are done through like portals or spells, stuff like that. So if you were to travel to the Shadowfell, you would travel along the x-axis, meaning that your y-coordinate would remain the same. So the time would remain the same, and you would travel to a different point in space into the Shadowfell. So you... Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to explain it in a way that makes sense.
It's a tough topic to explain. It just literally made me think of this like immediately.
Yeah, so basically what I'm saying is if you travel to the Shadowfell, then it would be harder to determine which point in space you would end up in.
Okay.
So you may be in the palace, for instance, and then you travel to the Shadowfell, and then you're in a random mountain in the Shadowfell because you didn't travel to the exact same place.
Mm-hmm.
And alternatively, if you were to travel to the Feywild on the y-axis, you would wind up in the palace, but you may wind up in a different point of time when you return.
Okay.
So it's just, you learn these things. You also know that the Shadowfell is the domain of the Raven Queen, who is an entity who resides over death. And you know that the Shadar Kai worked for her. And her symbol is the raven.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I know, I just saw the GIF. You guys are being distracting. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and jump to
Those are
Mary
all
Jane.
perfect shit. Literally Chris and Haley right now.
Yes.
If you need a better explanation, I don't know that this will become relevant this session, so I can always break it back.
I was gonna say, I mean, I'm like following you.
There's a picture in the book that shows all the realms and how they correlate.
I'm following you, but I don't know. I'm gonna need to know when that's relevant.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys start traveling to the different planes, I will for sure make that more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Make that more relevant, but you guys will not be doing that, at least as far as I know.
Okay.
I'm suppressing giggles like so hard. Like I'm just laughing at the gifs because it fits so well.
All right, Mary Jane, it is up to you.
Okay, well, did you see my text? Can I do something like that?
Yes, kind of. But that won't be like, so like we'll get to that at the end. For right now, is there anything that you wanted to do, like as far as the downtime activities that are in the book? So crafting, practicing a profession, training, researching, recuperating, any of that kind of stuff.
I need to do, I think, some training, but I like, how long does it take to actually like train a
I'm gonna follow the book where it says 250 days.
Okay, but you can like break that up.
Yes, you do. It does not have to be consecutive.
Okay. And
And
do you?
in fact, depending on what kind of training you want to do, we can kind of adjust it for it to make more sense within our setting. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Is there anywhere I can like look at what I could train for?
So you can train to learn a language. You can train to learn any set of tools, which you'll find under the adventuring gear, I think.
Okay.
Section of the, I think it's in there. Let's see if I can find the page number. Okay, so tools, page 154. Essentially, any tool on that page, which is
Okay.
different artisans' tools, any of the kits, you could gain proficiency in those kits. Any gaming set, as well as learning a musical instrument, or navigator tools, or learning how to use a vehicle, like different things like that.
Okay.
So,
I'm pulling it up really quick.
okay,
Sorry.
that's okay.
Can I have like 2 minutes to look at
Yeah, I
this?
can go ahead and come back to you if that's while you look at that.
Okay, I'm
No,
gonna
no.
try to do it quick. I just want to look through it really fast.
Yeah, look through really quick. I'll have Adri go now before you do that.
Thanks, Chris.
Sick.
Yeah.
So we're talking about my daytime besides my drinking habits.
Yeah, so daytime activities.
Okay, I wanted to kind of, not necessarily the research aspect, but like kind of where I basically want to try to like see what the rumors are and like what's the word and the gossip like around the area where I live, which is like kind of like basically like the slums, I guess, sort of a deal, the outskirts.
Yeah. Okay, and actually I want to, point of order, are you planning on keeping your abode on the outskirts of the city? Because I sent a map.
Yeah.
Did you look at the map?
Yes, I'm looking at it.
There was a label of where your house was.
Correct.
Or your little home.
Yeah. I was planning on
Which is
keeping
kind
it.
of-
Like, I have no reason not to keep it, and, like, I'm making money,
Yeah.
so, like, why not keep
Yeah,
it?
so to keep it will. Oh, I didn't realize that this saved sideways. My bad.
It's okay. I rotated it on my screen.
So essentially, because it's not like fancy, but
Def not.
so we'll
It's-
say, where the heck was the lifestyle? Is
It's
that
a
the
shack. It's a shack 5 shore. Shack.
beginning? Yeah, but where did that part go?
The lifestyle bits.
Yeah.
It's
I
chapter
saw
5
it just a
somewhere.
second
Somewhere in
ago.
chapter 5 is where it says lifestyle expenses.
Oh, is it all the way back in chapter 5?
Chapter 5 is where it defines the lifestyles. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so then chapter 5 is the equipment.
It says lifestyle. Between adventures, you choose a particular quality of life and pay the cost to maintain that lifestyle
does it
as
say?
described in chapter 5.
But where does it say that?
That says
Like
it.
what
On,
page?
that's on the page of downtime activities. Like
Oh.
right above downtime activity, it talks about
Yeah, no,
lifestyle.
I'm just saying, where does it say it in chapter 5?
Oh shit. Let me scroll and see what I can find.
Standard exchange rate 12. Starting equipment. Starting 12.
I think I might have found. Wait.
Oh, I bet it's further. Expenses, lifestyle expenses. Okay. We'll say that it's modest.
Okay.
Which is because it's not like poor or squalid. It's probably modest, right?
I don't know. I would have assumed it's poor, but it's whatever you say. I wasn't imagining me in anything that wasn't any more than like a shack.
Okay, well then we'll say it's poor, which is 2 silver pieces a day,
Okay.
essentially. But you don't pay like 2 silver pieces a day. It would be like something that you pay monthly. So
What do you
is
think?
that?
What's my monthly rent?
That's
2 silver times 14 days. So 28
a
silver.
month is like more than 14 days.
I don't know, bro. I
Just
can't
do
do
it
math.
times 30 days.
Okay.
2 silver pieces times 30 days is 60 silver pieces,
Okay.
which is 6 gold pieces a month,
Okay.
which is not bad at all.
So take 6 gold away.
Yeah, because it's been about a month
Perfect.
since we started the campaign.
Done.
And all right. Okay, and so what were you? Okay.
So I was
now that
saying,
that's taken care of,
I was
what were you
saying like around that area, I kind of wanted to see what I could like, what sort of rumors or gossip I could get from the people, and basically I'm trying to see if the people know anything or have heard any whispers, because these are like the seedy areas is where I imagine myself hanging out. So I wanted to know if they'd heard anything about what the elves and the dwarves are thinking, because I'm remembering that the princess said or the queen said she's worried about not hearing from them in their sport. I wanted to see if there was any information I could hear, any rumors or things like that about the dwarves or elves going on.
Okay, so you actually don't live in that area. You live outside of the city.
Yeah.
But you do hang out in an area. It's like do you see where Jay is?
Mm-hmm.
Just north of that is going to be kind of like the slums,
Okay.
and that's where you'll do your research. So you're trying to talk to people. So go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
Okay. Persuasion. What is my thing? Whap. Whap. What do I got? I have +0. Love to see it. Can I use my lucky? Does this count as my lucky sort of a deals?
Remind me what it says on Lucky.
The lucky says.
Well, actually, no, because that's like something you do during the day. This is kind of something you're doing over the course of like
Oh, okay.
2 weeks.
I got you.
This is just kind of helping me understand like how well you're researching. An 11. So you try to ask about the elves and the dwarves, and you don't hear much. There aren't very many elves or dwarves who particularly live in the city, and the elves that do live in the city, most of them are high elf, and the elves, specifically the elven, not nation, but the elven community that they're talking about in the forest of Tathir, are wood elves. So you don't hear too much about that. What you do hear are rumors of disappearances that happen near river. So you see that there's a river that kind of goes through the town.
Yeah.
Unexplained disappearances of people who otherwise wouldn't always be noticed as disappearing. Because on one side of that river, you have... I totally told you wrong. I'm sorry. Do you see that portion inside the river? There's like a portion of the city.
That's cut off by the river?
Yeah, so there's like, it's kind of cut off from the rest.
Right.
That is the slums.
Okay.
It's kind of cut off from the rest of the city. I told you wrong.
That's okay, I got
and
you.
That's where you've noticed that there are people who've gone missing, that people who don't live outside of the slum, or people who live outside of slums would not know. Like, these are not people of importance.
Okay.
And it's maybe 1 or 2 people a month. So not a whole lot, but it's noticeable to the people who live there because it's, their family and friends.
Gotcha.
And those are the rumors that you hear.
Cool.
Okay. I am going to go to Halt. Or no, back to Mary Jane. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay. So I think I'm gonna practice herbalism.
Okay. So here's what we'll do. So you go into town and you talk to you'll go to the market, I would say, and look for some like an apothecary probably like an apothecary, and you ask to be trained in herbalism and they accept you. We'll say your teacher is a elf male named Roderick.
Okay.
And so I am going to follow this kind of training guide here where it takes 250 days.
Okay.
And then it costs 1 gold piece per day.
Okay. So.
But I'm going to adjust the gold. It's not going to be a whole gold piece a day because I think that's a little too high just for learning how to use an herbalism kit. Because basically you can use the kit, but you will gain proficiency with this training.
Okay.
Which allows you to, when you have proficiency, you can create antitoxins and potions and stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and say that instead of a gold piece per day, it's a silver piece a day. Because it's not like, I guess it is kind of a profession, but it's not crazy.
Okay.
It is going to take 250 days, though.
Being honest with me, do you think it's like a waste of my time to do herbalism? Or...
No, I think that I've never used herbalism, ever.
Okay.
But I have not played like a ton of D&D. And so I don't know how useful it's going to be. I'll be straight up honest with you. But I think that it fits in with your character, and so I like it as a character decision for you. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Which is why I'm not going to like penalize you and make it like super expensive or anything like that, because I do think it's important. It looks useful. I think that having the ability to create potions of healing, those are worth 50 gold pieces each.
Okay, cool.
An antitoxin, I mean, isn't that worth more? Or maybe it's worth 10 gold pieces. An antitoxin, it's 50 gold pieces as well. So like that's pretty expensive, which means that it's probably like hard thing to create.
Yeah.
So I will say, go ahead and buy. Do you have an herbalism kit already? If not, you're gonna need to buy one for 5 gold pieces.
Okay.
So that way you have one to practice with.
Okay. Can we do that right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, so you can go ahead and keep track of whatever easiest for you. You can go ahead and take 14 days out of the two. So take 14 silver pieces and subtract that, and then, but also somehow keep track of how many days you have. And I'm going to say that when you guys leave, if you're able to do any downtime while you guys are out of the city, I'm going to say you have enough notes to be able to practice as well, where you can kind of take, you know what I mean? So that way you don't have to be in the city when you're training for this. But you'll just have to remind me, say, if at any point I tell you have any down, then say, hey, I'm going to train with my herbalism kit so that I can become proficient.
Okay, cool. And so I've done 14 days of herbalism
Yes.
training. So I need to subtract 14 silver pieces as well as the 15 gold or 5 gold.
Yes, because the 5 gold's to buy the kit itself, and then the silver pieces are to both pay your teacher because basically you're paying them to teach you, but also to replenish your stock of herbs.
Okay.
To buy herbs as you use them.
Okay, cool. And then
So
that is during the day doing that?
that's what you're doing during the day.
Okay. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
You're good. Okay, so can I do my idea for at night?
Yeah, for sure. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, okay, I have an idea for you.
Okay.
Tell me how this sounds. So
Okay.
not necessarily you're like out in the woods or anything like that, but because there aren't really any woods around the city. There's like the roads through it, but there's also like farmland off to the.
Yeah, I saw that on the map.
Yeah. But there's no forest nearby. It's more of like a grassland area.
Okay.
But just outside of town, and maybe you heard this from a tavern or a bar, there's actually a group of traveling bards who are staying in like tents outside of town, and they're kind of putting on shows out there. So they're, bards, they sing, they play instruments and stuff like that, and you have all kinds of folk who've been every night have been going out there while they're there, and probably out there smoking some devil's lettuce or imbibing in alcohol while the bards are kind of giving on shows. And maybe there are we'll say there's other kinds of performers there too, like people juggling like lit torches and people who are like doing small little magic tricks. I'm sure Ver-Zik would have loved to go on too. It's kind of like a circus. Think of it like a circus, but more like musically, there's music everywhere as well, and it's kind of out in the fields, so it's kind of like naturey as well. So you might see a druid here or there, kind of like swaying with the music because they're kind of enjoying being out in nature, hearing some nice songs. Does that sound like a good?
Yeah, that sounds good.
And we'll say maybe they're there for 2 weeks, or maybe they're there for a week, maybe not the whole time, but they're there for a while before they move on to the next place. And they don't charge you, but they do accept donations.
Okay, I'll make a donation.
Okay. You don't have to, I'm just letting you know.
No, I mean, like, I feel like that could come back at some point to be, like, a bonus for me, like, with them at some point if we ever run into them,
Okay.
so...
How much of a donation do you want to make?
I don't know. I don't really know how much stuff is worth in this game. So, like...
You know what?
Like
I'll be honest, I have a hard time with that as well, because we do not deal with gold pieces in real life.
Yeah.
So if you guys ever, like, think that I'm not making sense in what I'm charging you, it's because I don't really know good conversion rates.
Yeah.
But I mean, gold is worth a lot.
Okay.
A lot of
So,
people don't
maybe a
like
silver
if
is-
you're really really poor, you may never see like gold pieces because like you only make silver and then you're spending before you can even accumulate enough for a gold piece.
Okay.
But I will like the conversion rate is 10 coppers to a silver, 10 silvers to a gold.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know, maybe like 2 silver pieces or something.
Okay, go ahead and subtract that from your equipment
Okay.
as well as the others that you had to do.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. All right. Halt. I'm sorry that it took so long, but we're here for you. Are you there, Patrick?
I'm here, yes.
Okay, so you weren't here last time, so there was a little. So when you returned back from our adventure, which does anybody remember how much gold you got? You guys got?
From the queen? Like when we
I
got,
think you got some when you got back, right?
I believe
Yeah.
we did.
Do you remember how much it was?
I'm checking my notes, see if I
I
wrote it
think it
down.
was like 25. Yeah, does that sound right?
Maybe.
Okay, Patrick, just add 25 gold pieces to your inventory because I think that's right.
I didn't write it down, sorry.
That's okay. I didn't think about it till just now that Patrick didn't get that, but he would have. All right, so Halt returns back to the palace, and he has a letter from his sister waiting for him.
Oh shit.
Your
okay.
sister Cassandra. She, because if you remember, before you guys left on your adventure, you guys sent out, you and Mary Jane sent letters
Yeah.
to your families.
Yeah.
So Cassandra and she had already known because the queen did send letters out to all of the dukes and duchesses, and so she did get that letter about what happened. She's asking you to kind of, because you, in your letter to her, you explained what happened probably in more detail, and she warns you, Halt, in her letter, that there is a faction within the Council of Advisors that does not feel that the new queen is fit to lead. Now, the Council Advisors are her 8 dukes and duchesses from the largest or most influential cities. One of those cities is Sarah-Douche, where Mary Jane is from. So her family, R.O.U.S.s, where you are from. Moss Deep is another town that has a duke that sits on the council, as well as Velen, where Moash is from. So certain cities have dukes and duchesses that sit on the council. And so there are other cities and towns that have dukes and duchesses, they just don't sit on the council of advisors. As well as a representative from the dwarves, a representative from the elves, and a representative from the halflings sits on the council of advisors. Anyway, and from the druids, which would have been the archdruid. Is it pronounced arc or arch? Because I hear it both ways.
I say arch, but it doesn't really matter.
I'm just gonna say, okay, so from as well as the archdruid sits on the council. Anyway, besides that, so Cassandra warns you that there's a faction within the Council of Advisors who does not feel that the new queen is fit to lead, and that she herself is unsure of her competence, and she wants you to report on the queen so that she can learn more of her new leader.
Okay, so most of the interactions we've had have been like, she really hasn't like taken charge. She must be like a scared little kid.
Well, you don't have to tell me now.
Okay, I'll think of a response to
Think
for
of
another
your
letter.
response because you're gonna write back to her. But also, there is a date for the funeral for your father.
Okay, how far away is that?
R.O.U.S.s.
No,
It is-
date. Like from now, like when I receive the letter, how far? I mean, date.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Okay.
so, like, I'm trying to think. In ancient times, it would have taken forever to get, like, bodies back to, like, the cities. Right? Gabe, maybe you can help me. You've read a lot of fantasy books. Like, I'm trying to think of, like, it would probably take, like, over a month to get, like, to travel with a body, keeping it like, you know, like there's like different rites that they probably have to keep, like practice certain things to keep it like.
Yeah, it definitely wouldn't be that quick.
Like it wouldn't be a quick thing at all. So it would be like 10 times faster for you to like ride to the city on a horse by yourself. But oh, we got rejected. What's happening? Is it because she's a woman? Wait, I'm confused. Oh. Oh. Anyway, so I don't have a date for you yet, Patrick. We'll say it's not going to be at the end of this 2 weeks. It's going to be a little bit after that. Okay.
All right, that's fine.
Okay. I just don't have in my mind. I just have to think about that for a second. But I'll just let you know that that is coming up. And in fact, Mary Jane, same for you. There will be a funeral for your father.
Okay. And
Coming up, I don't know when. Actually, you know what? No, never mind. Right now, I'm not sure, but just know that it's coming up, okay? While I think about how that's going to play out, okay?
Yeah.
All right, and then now, what kind of downtown activities did you want to do, Patrick?
Because main thing, since you got level 3 and I just chose Battle Master as my thing. I wanted to see like if the palace is like a really famous like swordsman or something that'll like train me while since I'm not at home, I don't like my normal teacher. And since I'm choosing Battle Master, I feel like that would be more. That's what I spent a lot of my time doing.
Okay, but what kind of training? I guess I want to know.
Like with my sword and like different like moves and stuff. Because I got three. What are they called?
I forget what they're called.
Like maneuvers. Yeah, maneuvers.
Okay, but you just get those. So is this kind of like for flavor?
Yeah, this is like how I
teaching you
got
this stuff?
like
You know what?
leveling up and getting better.
We can have you fetch your normal teacher. Like you send for him to come.
Okay.
That wouldn't be absurd, I don't think.
And then also like the main thing, literally looking like I would have been researching. I'm still not happy with my dad being murdered.
No.
The main thing I've been researching all about those people from the Shadowfell and like the ways they fight, the ways they like do their business, about the Raven Queen, stuff like that. That's the type of stuff I've researched.
Okay.
Which I mean, you've already explained a lot of that because Taylor was not for 20, but.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, there's not really much that I would tell you guys right now based on the research that's available.
Yeah.
But okay. Okay. So yeah, you can spend your time doing all that. We'll say that you've fetched for your teacher, but they're not like they haven't made it here yet. So in the meantime, you've just been kind of practicing with whoever you can. Does that make sense?
I mean, we also I could just train with someone else. It just like
no, I kind of like the
here.
idea for you like fetching your teacher, the one that you've had since childhood.
That means we have to stay here. If we can see some of them.
You don't have to stay there.
So they come with us.
He can live in the city when like he could basically you could just okay, we'll change it then. We're gonna say you found somebody in the city to train with then.
Just like part of the Queen's like higher up.
Well, I'm trying to think. So how about this? When he is not busy or away doing work for the Queen, Commander Bulwark is teaching you. And what's significant about that is he is the commander of the army of Tapir. He is the highest ranking officer in the army.
Okay.
Now, with that being said, he has a lot of power when it comes to the army. He doesn't have to use it very much because, like I said, Tapir has been, for the most part, very peaceful over the last 100 years.
Yeah.
They've not been involved in any wars. Now, there are small skirmishes here and there, border things, and of course in Belen, where Moash is from, there is a navy who deals with pirates and the like. Anyway, so he has been training you. So you're getting top-notch training. All right.
And yeah, mostly just doing that and then researching about all those people. I guess I'll just research with Basil since I'm assuming
It
we'll be in the
sounds
same
like
library.
if you or Halt, Dazzle, and Moash, you're all just kind of
Like,
spending time in the
yeah.
library. Maybe Halt not as much.
Yeah.
And
well,
then I'll tell you guys this, but Ver-Zik, you guys know he was accepted upon the Queen's orders, basically, into the magic school, Beneficus, the wizards' school. And so he started his lessons. And so he's been in the school actually taking lessons. And that's what he's been doing. Okay. So I'm going to fast forward to, it's the last day of that 2-week period or whatever. And is there, okay, I went through everybody. Was there anything else that you guys wanted to do during this kind of downtime?
Me, I wanted to make sure I went and like bought weed and stuff, or bought.
Okay. Okay,
What
so you probably expended what you had in your inventory.
Yeah.
Are you keeping track of it in like your inventory and stuff?
Yeah, I was.
And
If I'm being honest, I definitely would have I definitely would have had to like buy some at the beginning of this. You know, buy some more.
okay, I'm going to have you actually.
Well, wait. We said that it would last. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, definitely.
Did you write down what we said? Because
yeah, I think it was we said like 5 grams would last me like 2 weeks or something. Is what we said. Which it was like a gold piece or a silver piece per gram.
Yeah.
Was what we said.
So you said 5 grams less 2 weeks. So that math is not easy. 1 gram. Okay. To make it easy, can we just say 1 gram equals 2 days worth? Can we just say that? So that just makes it easier to keep track of.
Yeah.
I want you to roll a charisma check, actually, because I want you to see if you can find a dealer.
Actually, no.
I do have a question though. Like,
Okay.
so in the last episode, actually, I'll let you finish there.
I got an 18.
Nice. So you actually did find a dealer, and not only did you find, that's a pretty good roll. So you found it good. You know, like
Dealer.
he's 1 step away from the distributor.
Weed.
So like because the way I understand it is like sometimes like you've got like the main distributor who like gives it to littler distributors who like then sell it to like bigger dealers who then may even sell to like smaller dealers.
Yeah.
It's like a long hierarchy, like a long system sometimes. Like
For sure.
he's 1 step away from the source. So
Okay,
he
cool.
has access to a lot more than what a lot of other people do. So I'm going to go ahead and roll. I rolled the wrong dice. I'm sorry. Okay, so he has access to, well, that's a high number. He has access to 88 grams.
Okay.
So you can essentially buy up to 80. I wouldn't advise buying that much.
I really don't want to carry that much around with me.
Yeah. So basically, you can buy anywhere 1 to 88.
I'm gonna. Okay, so we said
1
2
gram
grams
is 2
or a
days.
gram. Okay, I'm gonna buy like 15 grams. I'm gonna get a month's worth.
Okay. Do you want to buy like? Okay. Do you want to do like if you buy 20, then we'll say over that 2-week period you use. Would that have made sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Then
So,
then I would say before, like at the end of it, I would probably want to go back to it.
okay. So we'll say total you bought 20,
Mhm.
and then so that's 20 gold. There's 20 silver pieces, which is 2 gold pieces. But
Okay.
by the end of this 2-week period, you have 15 left. So you could have bought that at any point in time, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, so I have 15 left.
So you have 15 grams now at the end of this
Cool.
2-week period. Okay, Patrick, what was your question?
I was gonna ask. Okay, so last episode they went into his.
I like how you're calling them episodes.
Shut up.
It's
But they went into his vault and then they found this orb. And when Ver-Zik touched it, a dude popped out of nowhere with a bow aimed out of him. Bone aimed at him, and then they fought him.
Okay,
Pretty
so
much was losing.
what happened was they made it to the big vault. You were there until we made it to like the where they put the orbs in the door and the door opened, and then we ended the session.
Okay.
And then the next session we picked up there, where in the room there was just on a pedestal, or on a dais, there was an orb, like a metal, and it had runes that were draconic, infernal, abyssal, all different kinds of runes. And upon inspection, the party, through different checks, they realized that the runes, while they don't know the exact meanings of the runes, because the languages are different and whatnot, they do know that they're runes of sealing, like Sealing. And then Damaia went to grab the orb, and essentially she rolled a wisdom check, and it injured her psyche. But then Ver-Zik was able to handle the orb. He rolled a successful wisdom check. And after he grabbed the orb, there was a figure who came out from behind them who said, "Oh, you did me the pleasure of not having to solve all the puzzles." And then he was garbed in the same attire as the people who attacked the palace. And then at one point his hood fell down and they saw that it was a Shadar. And they were fighting him. Damaia went down. Ver-Zik went down at some point. Nobody died. But then they injured him badly enough to where he actually retreated back into a... Was there anything else that I missed, guys? I think that was the gist of it. And then they traveled back to the palace, basically, and that's where we kind of left off.
So have we like got tasked or
No. We haven't gotten a task.
That's all I wanted to know.
And then I will say, so, okay. Any more questions before I kind of start more?
No.
Go for it. Okay. So, I'm sorry if this is a bit boring to some of you guys. It's a lot of it's Exposition and stuff like that. But, so basically with that last one, it's been about a month. So you guys actually received your salaries, which are going to be 100 gold pieces for the month. So you all can add 100 gold pieces to your inventory. And probably Halt and Mary Jane, this doesn't seem like a lot to you, right? Because you're nobles, basically. The rest of you, this is a fucking high salary.
Yeah, I'm like wondering what to do with my fucking life at this point.
Yeah, you're like This is probably more than you've ever made in a year, let alone in just 1 month. So, just know that. So, Lexi, just so that you know, that is a really large amount.
Okay.
Though your character may not see it that way just because you come from riches. Anyway. You guys distract me so much with all your
Don't look at them.
Well, I want to look at them.
It's the purpose of it is so it doesn't distract.
Yeah, we're like doing it so it's not like in your, like we're not cutting you off.
I know, but it beeps every time. Okay, so you got your salaries, and it's been 2 weeks. Still haven't heard back from the elves. Still haven't heard back from the dwarves. You guys do know that. The 2 court wizards, which Patrick, by the way, the queen decided to hire both of those, both Marius and Veronica, I think was her name, as court wizards. And they kind of created a wizard lab, or like a magic lab, so they kind of transformed one of the rooms into kind of like a lab where they can test things and study and whatnot, and they have the orb at this point, and it's been 2 weeks, they're still studying it. You guys actually here, we'll say that you guys are eating breakfast in the main dining hall one morning, and you guys hear a loud crash. Not crash. You hear a loud boom coming from the magic lab. I'm just gonna call it the magic lab.
Time to run.
Yeah, I'm on my way.
Yeah, I definitely head to it.
I'm like,
As you guys make it to the entrance, or like to the doorway, you see the door fly open, and you're greeted with both Veronica and Marius, and it literally looks like Seamus Finnegan from the first movie of Harry Potter, where they're like soot and their hair is like sticking up at odd ends.
So what the hell just happened?
Well, we started testing ways to open the orb. It's heavily warded, I'll say that.
I just start laughing.
Veronica, you see, has patched eyebrows. They have been singed off.
Yeah,
I
Chris.
think we're gonna take a break for now. And they lock the door magically behind them and go to clean up.
Okay, so I'm gonna give a.
What were you saying, Holt? Patrick?
I was gonna say those are the things I wanted to buy about around 2 weeks. But
Oh my.
Yeah, tell me now. Because I think now I'm most of it now. If you want it.
I was gonna get it.
Are you just looking at the regular items?
Yeah, I'm just gonna get like 5 sheets of parchment, some ink, a grappling hook, 50 feet of rope.
Okay, you do know that ink is like 10 gold pieces, right? Okay.
He said, yeah, no problem, I got money.
Yeah. I guess, yeah, you can purchase these things. If you, on the page where it says adventuring gear,
Yeah, it's done all
I
that.
think anything on here you can purchase as long as you have the money for it. That way I don't have to sit here and do it for you. Adri, you have been keeping track of your arrows, correct?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so if at any point you need to buy more arrows,
Yeah, I'm
let
so
me know
good.
you're doing that so that I can, because you're gonna have to keep track of that.
Okay.
But if you're good with for now, then
Are we
you're
good
for now.
That's all I wanted to continue.
Okay, so and I'll just trust you to just deduct the correct amount
Yeah,
of gold
yeah.
and whatnot. And then if anybody else wanted to buy more adventure, you can do that. And that includes different weapons and armor if you have the money for it. Anything that's in like the book, you have the means to get anything in the player's handbook, just regular armor, regular weapons. So, just so you guys know that. Okay. Where was I? Oh yeah, so yeah, they went to clean up. You guys probably finished your breakfast. And then you guys are probably going to head out for the day again, right? You guys have been kind of fitting into a certain routine.
Yeah.
Yeah. What you were going to say, Gabe?
Yeah, I was just saying, yeah, I'd probably stick to the routine.
Okay, and you guys are headed out. I guess for whatever reason you all were planning on going into town this morning. Insert exposition, that makes sense. Whatever reason you take to go out, we'll say, just fit that into your mind. And then as you guys are heading toward the gate to leave the palace courtyards, there is a woman at the gates pleading with the guards. And you guys hear her saying, please, he's disappeared. Somebody has to send a search group. I can't find him anywhere. My little Tommy. Oh, my little Tommy.
So, quick question. Did we know that Damaia was, like, had investigated her?
Damaia, did you share that with the...
I probably wouldn't have, but now that I probably wouldn't have yet, but like if this woman has, like, her son starts missing, yeah, I'm going to fill people in. Actually, I might have told Moash because we were drinking so much and I got heavily drunk and I probably was just like saying about everything I'd been doing for the day because like what the fuck else am I going to talk about? So yeah, I probably did tell Moash.
Okay.
Right. So I would look over to her, to Damaia, and say, like, do you think this is connected?
I don't know. Hey lady, where do you live?
So this lady comes up to you, Damaia, and grabs you. Please, somebody has to look for my little Tommy. He was playing by the river. I looked away for just a second and he was gone.
Sounds about right.
All right. Can you take us to where at the river you last had him or last saw him?
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. Yes.
Right, but I want to follow her, and then I look back at the rest of the group like, you coming?
Yeah, I mean, she's holding on to me for dear life, so.
I'm following.
Yeah, just everybody follow. I'll say you don't have to, but
I will. I'm bored. I don't do.
okay. Then everyone follows, correct? Yes. Okay. So she actually will take you exactly where the boy was missing. Let's see, where did that map go? Oh, it's right here. If you look, oh shit, where'd it go? Hello? Hello? I hate Adobe. Okay, so if you guys see where the letter D is, you can see it's where the river dam is.
Yeah.
Right. So essentially, that is it doesn't like actually dam the river. I just didn't remember what they're called. No, what they're actually called, but it is like a section of the river. They divert some of the water, right? So
Okay.
you can see B is where like they have like a reservoir, and you can actually see there is like, well, you can't really tell, but there's like a little tributary that goes to this reservoir where they have clean fresh water, and then also water is diverted to the sewer system. So basically that's how they get water throughout the city, is through this river.
Okay.
That makes sense, right guys?
Yes.
And this is exactly where she takes you.
Okay. Well, I don't know about y'all, but city sewer system disappearances.
Sounds like a shit ton of fun. That's what it sounds like. Fun.
Yeah.
Yes, she says, he was playing over here, and I was talking to my neighbor, and the next thing I know, he's gone. I haven't been able to find him. It's been almost a whole day. Nobody's looking for him. Why is nobody looking for him? Please, thank you, please. She's like so like emotional she can't even think straight.
Did he know how to swim?
I would go over and console her and like hold her.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, he knows how to swim. He swims in the river all the time.
All right.
I wanna look around. I whip out a magnifying glass and I wanna examine the ground around where she said he last was, or where he last.
You have a magnifying glass?
I don't. I wanted to in that moment.
I was gonna say, if you want to buy one, it's 100 gold pieces.
No, it's a hard pass. It just seemed to fit
Okay.
in my mind.
You,
I just pulled up my arm like I have.
you like put your hand into like a circle and you just like thread.
Yep, exactly.
So you look around. You don't see anything specifically where she pointed at where he disappeared. But what you do see around you is so this little area. It doesn't have like very many residences. There's kind of I know that the map. It's just kind of a generic map, and it shows buildings all the way up to this part. But in reality, it's more of like a there's not there are no buildings like directly up against the river at this area. What there is this little kind of like I said, there's that river dam thing, and it kind of extends into the city. Basically, if you can imagine like a miniature dam, and then with a door that kind of goes down into it, into the dam part. So like what you can imagine is like it's hollow on the inside, so that there's a door that, and then it's not very wide either. It's probably a little bit wider than what a door's been.
Okay.
And that's like if you're looking at the, that's kind of what you see, and then like a little bit further down there are like some slummy looking houses, but this is the side of the river that isn't in the slums. So they're like a little bit nicer houses than what you would see on the other side of the river in that little area where the slums are.
Okay.
And she points to her house, which is on this side of the river, and says, "My house is right there." And so I looked away for a second.
Hmm.
I guess we want to start looking for. Oh, we found a doorway. I mean, part of me just wants to go in.
Like we can check out what's on the other side.
Okay.
Yeah.
You do that? Sure.
Yeah, I'm thinking. So I can't think of anything to like check for.
Right. So, okay, if you guys want to try to go through this door.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you go through the door. It's unlocked. It's not like, they're not really worried about people going through the door.
Going into the
necessarily,
fucking
'cause why would
sewers.
you want to go? Yeah, so and it kind of opens into this little hallway, which immediately it's just like steps downward. So you walk down probably like 15 steps, and then it opens up into like a small little room that has like it looks like piping, but like not. It's like iron piping, so it's nothing fancy. Obviously, it's like medieval. It's not like they don't have like running water. Basically, what happens is there's like throughout the city there's like a lot of sewer crates where you would dump your business in, right? And then there is like pipes. It kind of usually, but for the most part, it will dump right into the water of the sewers, which runs naturally out of the city, right? So it's actually for the I say quote unquote time period, but it's fantasy. But imagine like for this time period, it would be pretty sophisticated.
Okay.
And the piping, like the people who would have direct lines to the sewers would be the rich, because then they can kind of dump from their own rooms.
Gotcha.
As well as the palace would also have a direct line to the sewer. That doesn't necessarily mean they'd have a door like this, but they have a way inside of their home to kind of, probably in the basement or somewhere that would directly, they can dump their dump. Yeah, and that's just a little exposition there of what kind of how the sewer system works.
Right.
And then there is, so in this little one, there is another door that's kind of directly across from the little stair steps that you guys kind of came down through.
And there's nothing like out of the ordinary in this room. It's just like a
Nothing. It doesn't even. It's just kind of like, and you can tell it is like darker and damper. Like it's like dank.
Yes, you're
Yeah,
right,
it's
Chris.
like-
It is. Yeah, you're
It's
good.
like damp and dark.
Yes.
I think I was trying to say dark and damp, and it came out as dank. I don't know. In this room, but it's still kind of like you guys kind of left the door open, I would imagine, and so the sunlight is streaming through the room, so you can see.
Okay.
okay. Cool. Well, guys, it looks like we're taking.
I'd be like, what the fuck was the kid's name? Hey, little Johnny, Timmy, just like, where the fuck are you? Tommy, where the fuck are you?
Oh, Johnny, where are you? It's like, I don't know what it is.
Should I? So I think this would be a.
No response. Does it echo?
What were you gonna say, Haley?
I said I feel like this would be a good time to put my shape-shifting skills.
Ooh.
What is gonna be? See, okay, well, I have a list of what I can do, but I can't fly, right?
Here, I'm hearing a big echo. Sorry, I don't know. Is it Patrick?
Yeah, Patrick.
Dang it, Patrick. Mute yourself when you're not speaking.
Max CR order.
It's still the same, I think, for level 3. I think it goes up in level, right?
Just checking, yeah.
Okay, you don't have to like wild shape super far into advance. You know that, right? Like you can wait.
Yeah, but we're
I
in
mean,
a dark, damp. I can't see. There's no light down here, is there?
Well, you can see through the door that you guys came in. There's sunlight streaming in, and then there is another door. No idea what side.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Well, can I just do a perception check then?
Yeah, sure. In this room, right?
Yes. Room? I thought we were in the sewage system.
Yeah, so you guys are kind of not quite in the sewers yet.
We're about to
You
be.
walked in the entrance. You went down like 15 steps. It came into this room, which kind of has some pipes, but it's not, and then a door, but there's no like water.
So are we about to go in this?
Yeah, we are. Ready to go in this
The only way
door.
to know that for sure is.
I opened the door.
I'm opening somebody's opening the door.
Okay, so you guys open the door,
Yes.
and what you see is another room. This one lit by a couple torches that are on the walls, and there is a person in this room.
Oh, I don't like that you said that question.
I'm going to say a person, a being, a
Okay.
humanoid
An entity.
That's good.
in this room with you guys. And he has a kind of a table out in front of him. And on the table, there are different wares.
What the fuck?
Different what?
Different wares. W-A-R-E-S. Like,
Things to sell.
Somewhere.
Oh,
and this man, wait, I have a description open right here.
I'm dead. This man's straight up chilling in the sewers, selling shit.
This man, Sidian's kin, He's got 6 fingers on each hand, and you can't see his feet, but he also has 2 bat-like wings that spread out from his shoulders. He is wearing some iron and leather kind of armor with some like greaves. Is it greaves? Yeah. And a kind of wooden and metal mixed staff. And he's got 2 short horns that point up from his forehead. And he goes, then he says, customers.
Oh no.
What the fuck?
All I'm imagining is this scene that I posted this GIF from Hercules where he's like, you want to buy a sundial? Like, does he have a trench coat that he just opens up?
No. But in fact, as you all look upon him, he is very attractive in a inhuman kind of way.
I'm not into guys, so.
And in fact, Damaia, you are maybe a little more resistant to the attractiveness of this man.
His charm.
You find him less attractive than maybe the rest of the group.
Perfect.
And then he also says, hello, cousin.
Oh, fuck.
And okay, before we go any further, Damaia, people who look like you, or who look similar to you, who have like devilish or demonic ancestries, that is a way of breeding. Like,
Okay.
because you are all somehow interrelated. So like you could be called cousins even if you're like generations.
Cousin.
Yeah, no. It's just you have, you know what I mean. You both have demonic.
Yeah, I got you.
Essentially.
I got you.
Look at Damaia like, what the fuck?
I would. Hold on. Can we just back this up? So, what do you sell exactly?
In the sewer? Does anyone even buy anything from you? Like.
Well, let's just say that my appearance doesn't get me too many customers on the surface. And that perhaps I could have a merchandise license, but you won't tell anyone, will you?
Not if you can tell me something about a missing little boy.
I don't know anything about that, but I do have all of these magical items for sale.
Ooh, hold on.
What? See,
And it's got even more attractive.
what
For
is it?
those who have the coin to buy them.
What is he selling?
What are they selling?
So-
Chocolate.
In this room, he's got like tables, maybe a rack or 2, maybe a display case with certain things in it, and as you guys are kind of sifting through the stuff, I assume you guys are now interested at this point. Maybe taking a little bit of a. By the way, that woman, she did not fall down in the sewers. I do want to backtrack. The lady who came to you guys, she assumed, I think, and I made the assumption, she was expecting you to find her boy. She was going to be on the surface.
Right, I
Yeah,
kind of assumed that too.
She's not equipped to deal with the sewers. Anyway, so you guys are sifting through these items. You see just a brown leather bag. There's some green boots that are kind of like some intricate little designs on them, as well as a cloak that looks very similar. There are some bracers. There's a circlet and a little display case. There's another. Let's see, what color is it? Another blue, a little bit like thicker cloak that you guys see. There's a deck of cards. There's a pair of glasses. There's a silver figurine of a raven. Some gloves that are they look kind of, they're brown and look almost worn in. There's a pair of goggles. There's a hat. There is a rod. There is a javelin with a lightning bolt for the head of the javelin. There is a very beautiful looking set of scale mail. There is a small pearl, and there are several potions. A patchwork robe that has different patches on it. A staff with a snake on the, what's that part that you hold? What's that called?
A handle?
Yeah, sure. It's like a staff, like a walking staff.
I think it might be
Think
called
of-
the shaft, but I don't
think
know
of-
if you actually want to call it that.
Think of Jafar. But there's like a snake on it. There's a wand, and then there is a fan, like that you would air, like you hold in your hand and you'd fan yourself with. These are the different items that you see. Let me know if you have any questions.
I want to ask the guy what the pearl does.
Ah, that is a pearl of power. It's trying to think of in game. Like I know what it does in game, but like how would he describe it? It allows you to recharge your energy.
The fuck?
Basically, in game, it's when you have this pearl in your person, you can use an action to speak its command word and regain 1 expended spell slot.
Oh.
And you can do it once per day.
Yeah, I want to buy that. How much is that?
That's going to be 75 gold pieces.
Sorry.
Don't care.
There's a lot of stuff in here. Excuse me, very beautiful man. Is
Thank you.
that leather bag what I think it is?
That depends.
A bag of holding?
Ah,
It's really good at holding
yes.
stuff.
This is indeed a bag of holding.
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
Wait,
And how much is that?
Just 50 gold pieces.
what's that?
Pretty reasonable for
Haley, it's a bag that can literally hold anything. Like, it's like Mary Poppins.
Yeah, think of Mary Poppins' bag. It's that.
Got it.
What about the scale armor? What's so special about it?
Oh, this is made from mithril, the lightest, most durable material. Essentially, so what mithril is a type of metal used to forge armor, and it makes the armor weigh almost nothing. Yet it retains, so since it's scale mail, you'll use so if you bought the scale mail, you go and look at the scale mail in the player handbook. I think it's 14 AC with plus your dexterity with up to +2, so basically it can get up to 16 AC.
Wait.
But it imposes disadvantage on your stealth, right? But if it's made from mithril, there is no disadvantage to stealth, and you do not have to have a certain strength in order to wear it. It's
Oh.
just really light armor, but it retains all the other.
It is made out of metal.
It is made from metal.
How much
Mithril
is it?
a type of metal.
Whatever.
How much is it?
Oh, you're looking at the armor. That's going to be 100 gold pieces.
Oh,
One
fuck
of
off.
my finer pieces equipment here.
What about, did you say there was a cloak?
There are 2 cloaks. There is a green cloak with kind of silver. Well, actually, no, I'm sorry. There's a blue cloak that's a little heavier, and it has like a little clasp to hold it together, and it's got little gold on the trim, little gold little thingies. And there is a green cloak that kind of looks like leaves almost, and it looks kind of like leaves intertwined, and it's a little bit of brown modeled in there as well.
What's that one do?
You're looking at my cloaks.
The green one, please.
Ah, this was crafted by the elves. Cloak of Elfin. When you wear this, so basically when you wear the cloak of Elvenkind, if you put the hood up, your wisdom or your perception checks made to see you have disadvantage, and you have advantage on stealth checks made to hide. As the cloak's color will shift to camouflage you. But that's if you pull the hood up. If you pull it down, it just becomes a regular hood.
Ooh, I like that.
And then the duet.
I said I like that. How much is that?
The cloak of Elvenkind is going to be 50 gold pieces, but I'm running a deal right now.
Oh,
Throw
fuck.
in the boots of Elvenkind, the 80 gold pieces.
What do the boots do?
There are boots that are the same kind of motif, like the same design, basically. And the boots of Elvenkind will, while you wear these boots, your steps make no sound. You have advantage on stealth checks that rely on moving silently. So essentially, the cloak, advantage on stealth checks to hide. The boots, advantage on stealth checks to move silently. Make you very sneaky.
I would like.
Otherwise,
I
the
would
boots
like
are
it.
50 gold pieces.
I would like them both for 80, please. Actually, you know what? So he's running a deal.
That is the deal.
Okay.
Otherwise, they're 50 each, but if you buy them together as a set, we'll sell them to you for 80.
Can I get an even better deal because I'm a cousin?
There's also, no, we're not.
I can't even play at the persuasion game here.
Don't forget okay, I'm going to go back through, there's a bunch of things.
There was a lot, yeah.
There's a fan, there's a silver raven figurine,
Oh,
there's
fuck.
some gloves, there's some goggles, there's a hat, there's a rod, a javelin with a lightning bolt on the head part, and there's several potions, a patchwork robe, a staff with the snake on the handle part, there's a wand there, and I'll say these are all magical items. I'm just not going to go through and tell you what each one of them does unless you ask, because that would take.
So what are the gloves and the bracers for you?
They are the bracers of archery.
Oh, fuck.
The bracers of archery, while wearing these bracers, you have proficiency with both the longbow and short bow, and you gain a +2 bonus to damage rolls on ranged attacks made with these weapons.
Fuck. I might need that.
Mm-hmm.
I might need that.
Oh, you like these bracers? Those are going to be 60 gold pieces.
Fuck off.
And then, Patrick, what was the other thing you asked about? The gloves? Yeah, I mean, these are magical items, so they are definitely going to be a lot more expensive than regular items. That's just going to be it. And guys, this is essentially my way of giving you guys like a secondary shop.
Yeah.
That
I like
allows for the sale of these kind of magical items that you can't normally get.
Like it.
You think now you guys are level 3, it's time you guys start like gearing up with some better. The gloves are gloves of thievery. They are invisible once worn, and then while wearing them, you get a +5 bonus to sleight of hand checks and dexterity checks made to pick locks.
Chris,
Yes, Gabe.
I want to look this man directly in his eyes and say, so tell me more about your rod.
Oh.
I like the innuendo. However, I believe that you're speaking of my immovable rod here that I have on for sale. As you know, is an immovable rod has this button here at the end. You press it, that rod will go nowhere. So basically, immovable rod, super cool thing. You press a button at the end, and it becomes magically fixed in place until you push the button again. It won't move. It defies gravity, and it can hold up to 8,000 pounds. And it would require a DC 30 strength check to move the rod.
How much is it?
Oh, it's going to be 50 gold pieces for my rod.
Oh, I'll take your rod for 50 gold pieces.
Are you for sure gonna buy this rod?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm definitely fine.
Okay, then if take 50 gold pieces out of your inventory and he hands you the rod.
I want the bracers. You said they
Yeah,
were
you-
60?
I want to
The
know
braces
about
are 60.
Yeah, I want
know about
those.
the
Lexi, you want to know about what? I'm sorry.
potion.
So upon further inspection, you actually know what these potions are, Lexi. They're all healing potions. There are 5 potions of healing. There are also 2 potions of greater healing, which are just better healing. They're better healing potions. They heal, so instead of 2d, I think it's a 2d8, or is it a 2d6 for a regular healing potion? These will heal a 4d6.
Okay. And then how much are all the potions?
50 for the regular potions, 100 for the greater potions.
Do you have any deals?
Do I look like somebody who has deals?
Yes.
Of course I do. Sure. It's buy 2 get 1 half off.
So just to be clear, this guy is not humanoid.
He is humanoid,
He is not
Okay.
human.
but he's
I
not
would like
human.
to. I would like to.
Be very careful with what you're about to do.
What's that mean?
This.
He's probably a demon that. Actually, I know he's a demon, but
Yeah, he has
here's
demon
what I'll
blood.
say. Here's what I'll say, Haley. He looks human. He looks humanoid.
he has horns and bat wings.
He has a horn, he has bat wings, he also has a tail. He's
So he's not-
obsidian. His skin is completely black. And he has
That's
6
fine.
fingers on each hand.
Everything I want to do gets shot down.
Haley, I encourage you to do what you think your character would do. I just want you to know the risks. Okay? I don't want you to be blindsided. You know what I mean?
He's not one to be fucked with.
I want to buy the thing that gives me the extra spell slot.
The Pearl of Power.
Yeah, the pearl.
Okay, that's 75 gold pieces.
Okay.
Alright, I will go ahead and remove the money from your inventory. You should be able to search for these things in the equipment tab on D&D Beyond and actually add them to your inventory.
Correct.
So these boots.
What's it called again?
The Pearl of Power.
Okay.
Okay, well, I don't think this is going to really hurt me in any way, so it's alright. What I would like to do is use my charm person.
Oh.
So,
Do it. Do it. Do it, Haley.
No.
No, it's too late.
Do it, Haley.
Okay, you can do it. You can do that, Haley. I just and you would know this because so that you know, at the end of the spell, the person knows that you cast a spell on them. Also, if the spell fails, they know that you tried to cast a spell on them.
I got your back, Comey. Do it. I got your back.
Buy yourself where Haley runs it for everyone.
it's too late, gotta do it.
I've got your back, Haley. I've got your back.
I'm born in Damaia.
And I'm gonna support you through it.
What about this?
Okay, so what am I doing?
What are you doing?
It is. It has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Everyone cross it.
Okay, so what do you do as you cast the spell? You have to pull out your druidic focus.
I didn't mean this like maliciously. What I wanted to do was charm him to where he like basically he wants to give us this stuff. So I'm just trying to get a discount for him. Yeah, he follow?
Yeah, I
No,
follow.
I understand what you're saying. Okay, so it says that it's got verbal and somatic components to the spell. That means that you have to speak like a spell, like an enchantment or something, and then also like somatic means it's like motions, like hand motions.
Yeah, I have a
So
wand.
what do you? So you have a U wand, right? So what do you do when you cast a spell?
I have a wand, and but I like click it in my pocket where like nobody can see it, and then I just say, I don't know, whatever my charm person.
Okay. So if you're gonna try to be sneaky while casting the spell, you have to roll a sleight of hand check
Perfect, love that.
to see if you're sneaky enough.
You're
You know
doing
what I mean?
great. May the odds be
so,
ever
but
in your
if-
favor.
okay. Well, then there's no point in that. I'll just do it. Because like if I do the spell and it works, then he doesn't know it happened, right?
He will when the spell ends. He knows that he was charmed.
Yeah, that'll be after we leave.
Hey, Haley,
What?
I do just want to mention that like there is a skill called persuasion where you can try to like talk him into giving you a better deal.
Also true.
Haley-
We're not gonna go to that buy room anymore.
It's okay, Haley. Do it.
But I
Do
mean,
what you want to do.
This is some more entertaining.
This is more entertaining.
Yeah,
You're absolutely right.
This too. Okay, we're already in it. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and blatantly do it because whatever. He's gonna know if I do it, and then he's gonna know if I don't. So I pull out my wand, and I say some jig about charming.
So as you pull out the wand, he goes, "What are you doing there?" And then you say your spell, and then he's going to make a wisdom saving throw. 18.
Holy shit, no.
And so you cast your spell, and you get him seeing what happens. He goes, "Oh, sweetie, no." And he's going to look at you, and he wants you. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh shit!
Make a wisdom saving throw. Where? Here we go. Saving throw. Okay. Is it 1d20?
It is a wisdom. You should have on your character sheet. It should in the top left corner say saving
What is
throws. It is a
Yeah,
d20, and then you'll add whatever wisdom save that is.
Holy shit.
Gosh.
Is that a 13 that you rolled?
Yeah.
And so he's gonna look at you. He's gonna say, "This is how you charm someone." And you are now charmed by this.
Wasn't I already trying to find him?
No, you just thought he was pretty.
But now you're ready to fuck him.
No. Then you are charmed by this creature one day.
I'm gonna not stop talking about him for the rest of the day.
He's gonna say, "All right, sweetie. No, you because of that little jig, none for you. Go stand in the
Aww.
But I love you.
corner." So you have to obey his spoken commands.
Oh, okay.
So you like
you tried.
to the corner and put your nose in the corner.
Oh no.
Back to what we were doing before. Damaia, you were trying to buy something?
The bracers, please.
The bracers. Those are 60 gold pieces.
Sweet.
Okay, and they're the bracers of archery. Guys, let me know if you can't find the item in D&D Beyond.
Chris, can you give us a quick rundown of the items that are left? You don't have to like just like give the whole thing, but like what?
I'm just gonna say
Like-
the names of them all at this point,
Yeah.
but I should have done that to begin with. Bag of Holding, Boots of Elfenkind, Circlet of Blasting, Cloak of Elfenkind, Cloak of Protection, Deck of Illusions, Eyes of the Eagle, those are the glasses. Figurine of Wondrous Power, that's that silver raven figurine. Gloves of Thievery, Goggles of Night, Hat of Disguise, Javelin of Lightning, Mithril Scale Mail, Potion of Healing, 5 of those, and then Potions of Greater Healing, 2 of those, Robe of Useful Items, Staff of the Python, Wand of Magic Missiles, and the Wind Fan.
Whew.
Okay, circle of power. What do?
There is no circle of power. There is a circle of blasting.
That's what I meant. Sorry.
Circlet of blasting is, well, for those of you who don't know what a circlet is, it's kind of like a crown, but it doesn't like stick up. It just kind of goes around your forehead, and it's metal, right? And it has a jewel in the center, in the front. Basically, it's like headwear. You'd wear it on your head. You can't wear it if you're wearing like a helmet or some other kind of headgear. The circlet, as an action, if you're wearing the circlet, you can cast the Scorching Ray spell, and you do so with an attack bonus of +5.
Okay.
And you can do that once per day. Oh, I see you're looking at my circlet. That's a circlet of blasting, you know. Only 35 gold pieces.
I might come back to that one. What is this? Dude, I'm trying to run through the items. What is the? There was one about a snake. What is that?
The Staff of the Python.
Very good.
Staff of the Python is a staff that has a python like at the top part of it, and you can use an action to speak the staff's command word, and then you throw the staff on the ground within 10 feet of you, and the staff becomes a giant constrictor snake, which you'll have to pull up the stat block for that if you're going to use it. Under your control, it acts on its own initiative count, which, by the way, I would house rule it to just directly go after you. By using a bonus action, you can speak the command word again, you can return the staff to the normal form and a space formerly occupied by the snake. If the snake loses all of its HP, then it converts back into the staff and then the snake breaks. You can also command the snake with your mind.
Ooh, okay. And then last I wanted to ask about. Okay.
No, that's it. But
the last one I want to ask about is the Raven Queen statue.
it's just a silver raven statue figurine thing. So it's not nothing to do with the Raven Queen. Just throwing that out there.
The boots, you said they give you advantage on stealth checks?
The Boots of Elvenkind stealth checks to move silently. Yes. The figurine is it's a silver statuette of a raven. It can become a raven, a live raven, for up to 12 hours. Once it's been used, it can't be used again until 2 days have passed. While in raven form, the figurine allows you to cast the animal messenger spell on it at will.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yes.
Alright, and other people can ask.
I'm gonna buy the
questions.
boots.
The Boots of Elvenkind.
Yes.
Okay.
That way I can not have disadvantage on my stealth check.
They are. Wait. Patrick.
Chris.
Your steps make no sound. I don't know if that would pertain to the rest of your arm.
Okay. Well, then I will not be buying them.
Yeah. Actually, you know what, Patrick?
I mean, it's up to you.
Well,
I
because
don't know what it
so
says.
the armor imposes disadvantage on stealth,
Yeah.
and the boots would impose advantage on moving silently. I wonder, like maybe it would make sense to just give you. It would just cancel each other out if you were wearing those boots.
That would be why I would buy them.
Yeah. You could. Oh, I
You
guess
allow
you
that to
have
happen.
like chain mail armor.
Yeah.
What's your dex?
My dex?
Yeah.
13.
So I'm getting a little meta here, but the
But
mythical
you-
scale. I'm just thinking of you could buy the armor.
But
Your
I
AC would only go down 1.
would be 17.
Well, because the armor would give you 15, because it's 14 standard and then +1 for your dex.
Yeah.
So it'd be 15, and then with the shield it'd be 7. But it would have no disadvantage on stealth checks. But I guess the boots are a cheaper way of accomplishing this.
And having one more AC.
Then you get to keep that. Yeah, you can buy the boots, and I'll say that you
Cancels it out.
Cancels it out, yeah.
Alright. How much are the boots?
50 gold pieces.
Okay.
How much was the snake
What
staff?
are they called?
The boots of Elvenkind.
Boots of elves.
What the hell's happening here? I'm just looking at these weird Looney Tunes.
Oh,
Yeah,
hey.
even in D&D Beyond, it says it gives me advantage, so it cancels out.
Okay, cool.
Hey, how much is
Noah,
that?
Were you finished?
Okay. I hate to make you keep doing this, but I can only like remember 3 at a time.
I know, there's a lot here. It's okay. I planned on spending time doing this.
Okay.
Cool.
Can you want to give me a rundown?
Bag of Holding, Circlet of Glass,
Okay.
Cloak of Elvenkind, Cloak of Protection, Deck of Illusions, Eyes of the Eagle, which are the glasses, the Silver Raven figurine, Gloves of Thievery, Goggles of Night, Hat of Disguise, Javelin of Lightning, Mithril Scale Mail, 5 healing potions, 2 greater healing potions, Robe of Useful Items, Staff of the Python, Wand of Magic Missiles, Wind Fan, not fan.
Okay. So I would like to check out the Cloak of Protection, and then there was the Goggle of Night, I think is what you said.
Goggles of Night give you night vision, or not night vision, dark vision up to 60 feet. If you already have dark vision, it enhances it up to 60 feet more.
How much?
20 gold pieces.
I'll take them.
Okay. So 20 gold pieces, and then the Cloak of Protection.
Wait, what are you called again?
Goggles of Night. Cloak of Protection, you gain +1 bonus to AC and saving throws while you wear this cloak.
Oh, yeah. How much is that?
50 gold pieces.
Okay, I'm buying that.
Okay.
Then you said there was a cloak of unique items or something?
There is a robe of useful items.
What does that do?
The robe has a bunch of patches on it, and then you pull a patch off, and it becomes the item that the patch is. If that makes sense. So whatever the patch is, that's what it becomes. So if it's a dagger, it becomes a dagger when you pull it off.
And then there was one more you said, I can't remember. What was it called?
Somebody said something. What was it?
How many patches are on there?
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 patches. I should have known that off the top of my head.
What kind of items, like besides a dagger?
You see a
are
patch for a dagger. You see a patch that has a. But you see 2 dagger patches. You see 2 lantern patches. You see 2 mirrored patches. You see 2 patches that look like poles. 2 patches that look like coiled up rope. 2 patches that just look like sacks. A patch that has a door. That's a door. 2 patches that are ladders. A patch that looks like a rowboat. 2 patches that look like windows. A patch that looks like a little ram. It's like a ram you would ram into the door, not like the animal.
Yeah.
And then a little patch that looks like a potion.
How much is that?
100 gold pieces.
Ooh.
How much is the Have Disguise?
Oh, you like my hat? 30 gold pieces.
I will buy that.
How much is Staff of the Python?
Staff? 50 gold pieces.
All right, I'll take it.
The Hat of Disguise, Patrick, do you know what it does?
Yeah, you get to disguise yourself as anything. Like any person.
Well, you get to cast.
Well, you get to cast.
The disguise self spell.
Yeah.
As an action.
Yes.
Okay, so
I would buy
30 pieces for that, and then Damaia, you wanted the staff.
Yeah, I'm taking it. 50,
Staff
right?
of Python. 50 gold pieces, please.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, Haley. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, but I think that he's
It's
just
okay.
not going to let you buy anything.
I did it to myself this way.
Okay.
Then what does the Circle of Blasting do?
You get to cast the Scorching Ray spell, and you get a +5 bonus to the attack once per day. But you have to be wearing the circlet Yeah. So you can't wear the circlet if you're also wearing
Wearing what?
a helmet.
Which I'm assuming I have a helmet.
Do you have? I think so. Depending on what armor you have. Some of them without.
How much was the Raven statue?
65. It's very rare. It's pure silver.
Sounds like a bitch to carry around.
It's not huge. It's like the
It's like
size
a
of the
little-
Raven. It's the actual size of it.
I think that's everything I would buy. No,
Actually, no. It's a statuette that's small enough to fit in a pocket. Yeah, if that's all you guys wanted to look at or buy, we can move on.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, everybody good?
I'm good.
Sweet.
What's his thing? Does it have a name? Did it tell us his name?
No.
Um,
That's the same.
cousin to cousin, does he think he can let my friend go here?
I don't know if she's learned her lesson yet.
Trust me,
Can I
she's
turn around
learned
the
it.
corner? But
You can turn
Hello?
around.
I'll be like, well, my nose is in the corner. I'm like, but I love you.
No, you don't. I do believe that I owe an apology though. I won't force it out,
I'm
even though I could.
I'm so very sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. I just really wanted to get a good deal.
I can understand that, but don't try it with me. And you see, the rest of you see like fire behind his eye.
I know that trick. I'm not intimidated.
How much for the bag of holding, Chris? 50 gold pieces.
I'm gonna buy that too.
Okay.
Wow.
And then Adri.
Yeah.
I should have had you do this at the beginning. Roll a check. A history check.
A history
Not a
check.
history.
Oh.
Not a history. Just a straight up intelligence check.
Intelligence.
Yeah. So
Chris,
just
while he's doing that, can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm using my lucky.
right now I have 117 gold pieces left. I know you said gold worth a lot, and like I'm used to having money or whatever. Is that like is it reasonable that my character would want to like keep that much? I just don't
so
really.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm really worried about not having.
Yeah. Really worried about that.
So
Like,
even if you were to run down to like zero money, like
Uh-huh.
you have a place that's like in the palace that you could stay at. Now, but when you guys are adventuring and you need to spend money like at lodging, whatnot, then you will need money for it. But like, I would say like the average person who wasn't poor, somebody who lived like a modest lifestyle,
Yeah.
I mean, they would pay like they would spend probably 30 gold pieces a month on housing. But for food per month, like you could spend as little as like 5 gold pieces for the month. Because like certain foods would be as cheap as just like 2 coppers, you know? Like
Okay.
so I mean reasonably that is more than enough money. I would say depending on how you as a character feel like you would feel about money, you may want to not but you like hold on to some as like part of the savings. Or now you specifically, I'll let you buy your feels about money, how your parents kind of raised you when it comes to money. You are like used to always having money because you are. There's never been a time where you were like wanting for money. So that might determine like part of your decision on how your character feels about money. And Alt is the same for you. Whereas someone like Damaia has had to life to make ends meet, so she may be more stingy coin, knowing how hard it is out there to make a decent patron.
So will I like if we ever go back to like what my family is, will I be able to like ask them for money? Like would they give me money? Is that like a normal thing, or
So
would they kind of cut off?
within the game itself, that's very much not a thing. You know what I mean? Like it's shied away from. You're an adult, so I'm gonna say that you probably do your own things.
Okay.
But so here's what I'll say. Because of your nobility, you have access to resources that other people would, and this is actually built into your features as a noble. You have access to resources that like wouldn't. But I will say, at this point in your life, parents don't just give you money. You know what I mean? But you have access to stay at your parents' house. You have access to use the horses in your parents' stable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anytime you stay with them, they'll feed you.
Okay, cool. That like really helps me understand the money thing a little better. I just was like trying to figure out how exactly all that would work. Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Chris, I used one of my luckies. I got a 14.
What are you trying to do? I'm sorry, I missed it.
You told me to roll.
What did I tell you to roll?
An intelligence check.
What are we trying to do?
I don't know. You're the one who told me.
You were being. Oh. Yeah, I should finish that first. Because I forget what I'm doing when someone else talks. You rolled a 14?
Yeah.
Okay, that's sufficient enough. You know that this being is a cambion. And a cambion is a fiend who is half fiend, half humanoid. Doesn't necessarily have to be human, but essentially he is the direct offspring of a fiend, usually like a succubus or an incubus, but it could be a different kind of demon or devil, and a humanoid. So he is much more closely related to his fiendish parent than you would be, because you're several generations removed.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you do know that he's distinct because of his appearance, being complete obsidian skin, having 6 fingers instead of 5, and then being unnaturally beautiful, that he is a cambion who is the child of R.O.U.S.s.
Child of what?
R.O.U.S.s. G-R-A-Z apostrophe Z-T.
Okay.
And R.O.U.S.s is a demon lord and one of the most powerful fiends in the abyss. He is called the Dark Prince. But you don't know much more than that about R.O.U.S.s. I'm just going with R.O.U.S.s because I don't know how to pronounce that. Anyway.
Sick.
Okay, so he kind of waves at you, Dazzle. You may go.
Okay.
And you guys. No. I'll say, Haley, when you're charmed, necessarily mean that you're like.
I'm charmed. You want me to do what I want to do.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure you understand that doesn't necessarily. You can make it that. If you,
She's feeling it.
I'm ready to for it.
yeah.
You can't change it now.
She's feeling it, bro.
Okay, then he says to you, "No, you should probably go."
Okay.
So there is this only other door in this room that you guys could go through.
Yeah, it's time to go through the door.
Oh, I'm sorry. I never told you what else was in this room. Actually, one door. There's a door that is going to be like to your left. Like if you're looking straight ahead from where you came in, there's a door like in the room on the left side, but there's also a door in the far side, or like in the room directly across from you. And it kind of, if you have dark vision, you can kind of see down the pole a little bit, but the torches definitely are only in this room, and they don't continue on down the sewers.
Before we leave our dude, I'm gonna be like, I want to straight up ask him, like, of who you are. You have no idea. You haven't heard anything about missing kids. You have no idea what's going on here.
Chris, are you collecting dice?
I was throwing my pen. Sorry, ADHD.
What?
What?
I was being facetious.
Oh, yeah. So he says to you, Damaia, he goes, I may or may not have seen something.
You want to tell me which way you may or may not have seen it?
He kind of rubs his fingers together.
You're gonna tell me I just spent how much? How about a favor instead?
A favor? That sounds enticing. What favor?
Whatever you need
You offer.
later. We're currently on a bit of a mission. You can cash in at a later
I'll
date.
keep that in mind. Shake on it.
Shake on it.
So you guys shake, and you see a little fiery spiral goes around both of your arms as you shake.
Hell yeah.
He says, I'll be calling upon you. And he says, the sewers are overrun by were-rats. I'm sure they're the one who took the little boy you're looking for.
Sick. All right, friends. Now that I just sold my soul, let's go kill some were-rats.
So, I'm pressing the direction, like, past them or something?
See, I don't really leave this room because I can shift planes, so I shift into this room. The rest of the sewer kind of smells, so, no, I don't venture out. I think they came in the door,
Sounds
but
good.
I don't really remember.
Might as well try the door.
Yep. Yeah, okay, so you guys go through that door.
Sounds good
Yeah.
to me.
Do it.
Okay, so you guys walk into kind of a larger, or those of you who can see, because now you will need dark vision or some sort of light source.
It would have been
Oh, I put on my goggles.
Yeah, marking nine. Yeah, you look hella goofy in them, but you can see.
Mary Jane always looks hot, Chris.
What? Mary Jane always does that. So this is kind of like a large, pretty empty room. A lot wetter than the room you were just in. And to your left, there's another door. In front of you, there's another door. And to your right, there's another door. But the door to your left is ajar. And on the far right side of the room, in the corner, so like the corner that would be directly like diagonal to you guys, because you guys are kind of in a corner, like the door opened up and you're in like a corner of the room. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So like it opened up on like one side, and the direct diagonal there, you can actually see like a grate, and you can see like water running through it.
Wait, so it's dark?
I cast light on the tip of my staff.
Okay.
I was gonna peek back into the other room and be like, hey, can I borrow a torch?
Absolutely not.
Does he own? He doesn't own those torches.
I, in fact, I do. These are my torches. Do you see any other torches in here? Where would they have come from?
From the city.
Well, never mind. Okay.
We haven't got a thing, did we?
No, and I think it's too late to ask at this point.
definitely there.
I'm gonna borrow that torch, and if you have a problem with it, you can call on me later.
Gabe literally casts light. You guys can see it now.
I want to go to torch, damn it.
You probably have torches in your hat.
Okay, Haley. Or wait, so this staff that I just bought, I want to go ahead and give it to Dazzle. Because, well, for one, it can't even be used by anyone that's not a druid or like a cleric. I literally can't use it. So
I mean, technically you could, but yeah.
I'm gonna give it to Haley, and I'm gonna tell her, as I give it to her, I'm gonna say, you know, I just have to give you props for doing the Damaia thing. And she can have it.
Damaia. You didn't have to do that. Is he, wait, can he, I hope you were like out of this guy.
I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah, you shut the door.
Okay, cool. I'm like, thank you so much. Wait, but I'm still like under her spell, aren't I?
No, he broke it.
No, technically you are, but he didn't command you to do anything, so you don't have to do it.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? You don't have
Like
to
you're
do
out
it.
of it.
Yeah.
Like if you come into the room and tell you to do something, you would have to do it.
Okay.
Unless he was to tell you to like yourself, in case you would make a check. But
Okay, cool. Well, I'm like, Damaia, thank you. How much do I owe you?
50 gold.
50.
50.
how much it costs?
Yeah.
That's
I'm transferring 50.
transferring now. Do you have Venmo?
Venmo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, cool. Wait, so now I go to equipment and I type in what?
Staff of the Python. All right, you said
This
one of
actually
those.
fits in with your motif, Dowd. It's like an animal.
And she wanted a
Wait,
pet.
this is
She
kind
wanted a
of
pet
like-
so
you wanted
bad.
a pet, kind of. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's not. I mean, like.
It's not exactly a pet, but it
It's
works.
not exactly right, but it does turn into an animal.
It's gonna be my pet.
And
How?
it's a snake, so you're both like lizardy. So.
All right, can I do a perception check on this room?
Wait, hold on. I'm trying to.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that, and then Haley, what question was it?
I'm trying to make sure I can find it. Oh, staff of the Python.
Yeah.
Here we go. Add. Sweet.
A3 with a 15, you see that, or I'm sorry, so in that far, like directly diagonal from you corner, there is that grate with water like running, but also to the door that was ajar on, like as you walked in the left side of the room,
Mm-hmm.
you hear water running from that direction as well. But other than that, you don't really notice anything else in this room necessarily. It's kind of dusty and wet. Not dusty, but like cobwebby.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, we got 3 options. One's already kind of open. Bruh. I'm leading a little too much.
Wait, what? Sorry, I was reading what I.
What you just got.
Dazzle, where's you get?
Start over. What?
You have a door that's to the left of you guys from the entrance that you guys came in. That is ajar, and you hear rushing, like you can hear water kind of flowing coming from that direction. There's a door that was on the opposite wall that you guys came in that's closed. In the corner of the room that's directly diagonal from the door you came in, there is a grate, and you can see water running. And then there is a door on the right side of the room as well that's also shut.
So was that Adriana's?
So that's what you know, just general observations as well as with Adrian's
Go to the
perception
door
check.
on the right.
You want to go?
But okay, wait. So she didn't get anything from her perception check.
Not really.
What I told you was a combination of
Okay.
what you already saw in the room plus her perception check.
Sorry. When you were doing that, I was reading through the staff of the Python description.
That's okay.
What did it like? What are you saying to the right? To the grate?
So no, this is like the grate is not near the door.
Oh.
The door would be in the other corner on that same side of the wall.
Alright, we're just whatever.
Okay, so do you guys want to go through that door then?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
There are
So you
no
walk through
doors
that
any
door,
better.
And it leads you into a corridor. A short corridor. You turn once to your left, and then once to your right, again to your left, and then it kind of comes to a T.
Oh my gosh, this is chaotic.
Can I do a perception check?
And now at this point, you can hear kind of water coming from all directions.
We're gonna be fucking lost in the sewers. Pennywise
Can I
coming
do a
for our
perception
ass.
check?
Yes. Is there anything specifically you're trying to listen or see?
I like tracks on the ground, anything indicating what direction we should go.
Okay. Roll your perception.
We didn't go through the ajar door, did we?
No.
Okay.
17. That's pretty good. So in this hallway, it's pretty damp, but what you notice, Dazzle, is you hear the water kind of rushing now kind of in all directions at this point, but to your left, it sounds like the water is running in that direction, like to the left side. From with that perception check, you kind of can tell in the direction that the water is running.
I'm gonna tell everybody, hey, I think the water noises are coming from the left.
Well, no, it would be water's coming from kind of all over, but it's running to your left.
I
So.
think it's running to the left.
I mean, I guess we follow the water.
We follow it upstream, or
It should be flowing to the like reservoir in the center of town.
Well, not necessarily.
Oh fuck.
It runs. Water is diverted in that way, but water also runs out of town to get the waste out of town.
This got complicated real fast.
So
Mm.
I mean, a sewer system would be complicated in a city of this size.
yeah. I'm thinking. Here's what I'm thinking. So we know there are were-rats down here. We can assume that they're the ones that are probably kidnapping people.
Killing people.
And yeah, probably killing them. R.I.P. Tommy, unless he's still alive. But since we stopped to shop, I don't know if he is anymore. So
Forget the kid.
I totally forgot about it when we stopped it. I forgot why we were even in there for me. So two options. We either explore the sewer system more and try to see if they're like based in the sewer system, or we follow to where the sewer like downstream to see if I'm just trying to determine like where logically I think they would be like based.
Or we get a map.
Middle of the sewer, or like what?
Do you think there's a map of the sewers?
Maybe we can go, like, follow the water and they'll be farther in.
Like go upstream?
No, downstream. Wait.
Follow wherever the water is running.
Quick math. Whichever way the water's flowing, go that same direction.
I'm down to follow the water. I also am wondering if we should go open the clearly ajar door. Like has someone clearly been through there?
I think so too. I think we should go check that out and see if like that's where they went and they left it open.
Because I don't think were-rats have like thumbs to close doors.
You don't know.
I don't know. I really don't. But I would assume that a were-rat wouldn't politely close the door behind him.
These are rats.
All right.
So you guys are backtracking now?
I want to go check
Yeah, we're gonna go back.
check the ajar door.
Oh no, they're going to the open door.
So you're going back to that other room and then you're going to go through the door that was ajar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody's following, correct?
Yeah.
I guess I'm just gonna assume you all follow unless you say otherwise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's easier for me than trying to check every time.
Makes sense.
So you guys go through this ajar door, and it's another little corridor. This one's shorter. You turn right almost immediately, and then left, and then right, and then there is a kind of you just kind of get to a ledge, and you see beneath you water running, and then maybe 10 feet. It's like 10 feet across. You can kind of see another platform that's raised above the water, and then further on you can see a bridge that kind of connects that platform to another platform, and another bridge that connects that platform to another platform. But that platform is like the bridge is going to the right, and you kind of can't see much further than that yet, standing.
So can we jump to the first platform?
I'm gonna look at Moash and be like,
What is
That's
your
good.
jumping distance? I don't know.
I don't.
I'm gonna look at Moash and I'm gonna be like, how good does your rod work?
Oh, I've never had any complaints.
Shit.
Well, you got like 8. No kidding.
No. That just didn't happen. I don't know what you're talking about. Wait, so I want to, before we embark on the platforming journey, I want, like the Mario Bros, I want to see if I can tell, like, does it look like this is a well-traveled place? Does it look like I can tell if people have jumped these platforms before? Or
No, not really. It's all stone. And then
Okay.
the bridges are actually like stone. Does it make sense what I'm trying to say too? Like the bridges.
I have a picture in my head.
are, like,
I just don't know if it's
stone
right.
bridges, and then like underneath is like grating, so it like flows through the grates, so it doesn't like. Anyway.
Okay. I think I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Adria, were you saying?
I don't know. I was just gonna like I don't. How far away is that first platform? Like, could we make the jump?
It's 10 feet.
Oh,
It's 10 feet.
Jumping
So
is half your
if you look at
walking?
your jumping distance. I don't know what you're jumping.
is jumping half your walking? What is jumping?
I don't really know. I have to look. That's never something I ever, I guess. But movement, speed, travel. Oh, just somebody have it pulled up already. Long jump. You cover a number of feet up to your strength score.
Oh, 12
When you
feet.
Okay, so your strength. So your strength determines how far you jump. When you make a long jump, you cover a number of feet up to your strength score if you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before the jump, which you guys have at least 10 feet behind you to jump with.
Okay.
When you make a standing long jump, you can only leap half of that distance. So you have to have at least a strength of 10 to be able to jump from where you are to the platform.
I've got 12, so I can make it.
Yeah, I can make it.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm good too.
Does anybody have a strength score of less than 10?
Nah.
Sick.
Okay, then you all can effectively jump to that platform.
All right.
All strong.
I'm going to take a running leap.
I leap
Leaps.
like a gazelle.
Okay? Yeah, so you all make it to this platform.
And then, so just to make sure, so there's a bridge connecting this platform to the next platform?
Yes, and actually, can I have...
Oh, fuck. The dice.
Dazzle, have you roll a perception check.
Oh, shit.
So 10?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's it.
What? What? What's it?
Oh no.
You
At this
didn't roll
point-
high enough to perceive what I.
Oh, fuck. All right.
So you just don't know it.
As a big old dragonborn, I'm gonna look at this bridge and I'm gonna say,
It's stone. It's not like rickety or anything.
Looks sturdy.
okay, just kidding.
Looks
I
like a
wanna-
bridge.
What you can see is you can see this bridge, which is the same distance as you just jumped, connects to a very small platform, which then has a bridge that shoots off to the right to a larger L-shaped platform.
So, but he's like, the next platform looks sturdy.
It's all stone. It's not like floating in the water. It's like actual, like if you were to drain all the water, be like just a raised
Okay.
portion of the
Got it.
same.
Got it. Alright, I guess I'm gonna walk.
Okay.
So then
Do you all?
I want to move to the next platform.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. As you do that.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
it's my turn to fuck everything up.
Again.
Aww.
This whole episode.
Aww.
We love
Wait,
you.
what?
One of the good deal.
What happened?
Sorry, give me a second. I'm trying. D&D Beyond isn't not always the easiest thing.
Why is everybody awing?
Because Lexi roasted the fuck out of you.
Yep.
That was
I
why.
didn't hear it.
Don't worry about it.
I didn't hear it. I thought I was like dead for a second.
No, it was
I thought
savage
I
as hell.
heard something and I heard it.
Savage.
No, I didn't kill you.
I got real scared.
Why can't I? What the fuck?
Yeah, I didn't hear it.
Okay. Okay. We'll just do it normally.
Do it.
Can I get a marching order, please?
I'm in front.
I'm in the back.
I'm right behind Dazzle.
Oh, I guess I'm mid.
Okay.
I'll be
Dazzle.
behind Dazzle or behind Lana.
Yes.
Here's what I'll say. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh shit.
Just gonna change it up a bit.
1d20? Is it d20?
Plus
It's
your
dex
dexterity saving
throw, but
modifier.
It is a
I know,
d20
it's a
plus
20.
your. Yeah, it's a d20.
Okay.
Hey.
That's all I need to know. I know
Yeah.
where my book is, I just never know what dice to throw.
Okay. So anything that's a check or a saving throw, those will be d20s. Really, the only time you won't use a d20 is like for damage rolls. Almost everything else is a d20. Almost everything else is a d20. I might be wrong, but I think almost everything else is a d20.
Okay.
What did you roll? Let's see, a 16. No, okay. Yeah. So at the very last second, you hear like a click and then a thump, and then you just react and you duck. And something whizzes above your head. And then, can everybody roll initiative for me, please?
Oh shit.
Oh, 19.
Okay, I'm gonna. So, did anybody get between a 20 and a 25?
Yep. I got 21.
No.
Okay, so Moash with the 21. Did anybody get between a 15 and a 20?
Me.
I'm sorry, a 16 and a 20.
I got a 19.
19. Anybody else? Did anybody get between an 11 and a 15?
14.
14 for halt. And then between a 5 and a 10.
We both got.
We both got 4s.
You both got a 4?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys can decide who goes
She's in
Like,
front,
okay.
so I'll let her go first.
before you. Okay. Dazzle and then Damaia. Okay. Awesome. So actually first in the order is going to be Moash. And so what you see now that you see Dazzle Duck is across from you. You have your light on so you can see it.
Yeah.
You're on now this smaller platform, and in fact, Dazzle, you're on the smaller platform, and then who was second? Damaia?
I think it was
No.
Halt.
Mary Jane.
Oh shit.
Mary Jane. Oh, I thought you were in the back. I must have misheard you.
Yeah, I'm not.
The front two, whoever the front two.
That's Dazzle and
is on-
Moash.
Dazzle and Moash, you guys are on this smaller platform. The rest of you are still on the bridge.
Okay.
And what you can see is there was another bridge to this L-shaped platform, and then another longer bridge to this larger platform, like square platform. And on that platform, you see what looks like to be a humanoid rat.
Ew.
And a bunch of rats that are all around him.
Tight.
Moash. It is your turn. But give me 1 second. My cat is yelling.
Wait, did he say how far away the rat was?
No.
No. It is about 35 away.
Is it possible for me to move 5 feet closer?
No,
Okay.
because you have to move not without getting in the water. Because you'd have to move past
Okay.
Dazzle.
Second question. How close to the water are we? Are we like right above the water?
Actually, Moash, you would. You're
Yeah.
second, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say that you could effectively move around Dazzle,
Okay.
but you can maneuver around.
Okay. Then I want to do that. I want to just move up around her.
Okay.
30 feet.
You're now. You just want to be within 30 feet. So
Wait, how?
yeah. I'm sorry, I misspoke. You're about 40 feet. So you'd have to actually move up onto that L-shaped platform.
Okay.
Just onto it to be 30 feet away.
Then I want to do that.
Okay.
Whatever we want to have. So.
All right. Sounds
Okay.
good.
I would like to cast my speak with animals spell.
So Haley, because we're in combat now, you have to wait.
Oh, we're in combat.
Yeah, that's why we rolled initiative.
Bro, you have a snake. A snake eats rats.
Off
you're
the
good.
truth.
You're good. I just once initiative is rolled, it's kind of like the only thing you really do in turns when it's not your turn is speak. Like you can speak as a free action really, but otherwise
Never mind.
you
Sorry.
have to wait. Yeah. On your turn you can for sure do that though.
I will wait my turn.
So I'm going to move up, and I'm going to point my staff at this were rat,
Okay.
and from the ground around him, a large earthen hand appears and tries to grab him.
Okay.
With a strength saving throw.
A strength saving throw?
Yep.
How strong are you? He rolled a 7.
That does not do it. The hand grabs him, and he takes 6 bludgeoning damage.
6 damage, and then what?
He is restrained.
Okay. Cool. What else? Is there anything else you wanted to do?
Nope, that's it. Just a giant earthen hand.
Nice. All right, Mary Jane.
Okay. Okay, I want to. So I'm not like close enough to run up to it, right?
No, and in fact, you couldn't get past all of your companions
Okay.
to get to him.
Then I'm just gonna go ahead and cast Sacred Flame.
What's the range on that? 60 feet? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I think he automatically fails because he's restrained, right, Gabe?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Correct.
1.
Oh.
No.
He goes,
He got a little spark.
Okay, Mary Jane, anything else?
No, I think that's it.
Okay, so Gabe, he's restrained. What can he do? I guess I have to just look up restrained.
You can try to break out of it.
But it's an action to do so, right? Or does it just cost all his movement? I don't.
Oh, I'm sorry, automatically fail. He has disadvantage.
Oh, he had disadvantage. Restrained. Type rolls.
It's an action to break out.
The creature has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. Okay, let's roll that then. Well, probably not. I mean, his first roll was a 6, so yeah, he didn't save. Why doesn't it say here? It's an action to.
It's an action to attempt to break out.
Yeah, so it says as to break out, the restrained target can use its action to make a strength test against the save routine. On a success, the target escapes and is no longer restrained by the agent.
So as an action. Get out of there, Jackson. Jackson just. He literally opened a drawer.
Oh.
And then got in the drawer.
Oh.
Okay,
Finally.
so, but he can still move if he's checked.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have to beat. What's the DC?
It is a 14.
Then he's going to roll 5.
Nice.
Okay, so he tries to break out and he fails.
Get restrained, bitch.
Halt.
Okay, so I was right behind Moash.
Yes.
Am I able to run past Dazzle like Moash did? Never me.
I guess the way I'll say is you could make it past Dazzle, but in order to make it also past Moash, then because it's very tight. No, I think just like maybe it takes like double your movement when you're so.
Yeah, it's a difficult terrain.
Yeah.
Leapfrog.
Alright, so I'm gonna move. I'm gonna go ahead and just do that. Move as far as I can. My speed's 30.
So you're on the bridge. You would be here, so you would 5 to 10, 15, 30. So you could move 30 feet would put you like, so it's an L-shaped the next platform after the small platform is an L-shaped platform, with Moash standing at the top of the L. And when I say L-shaped, it's like a reverse L.
Yeah.
So it's like inverted. You could make it to like just under Moash, or like just like.
So how far away am I from the creature?
You're still about 30 feet from the creature.
Okay, that's fine. I'm going to pull out a hand
As far as like straight up as the crow flies,
Yeah.
you're actually like, to get to him, it would take more movement.
Okay, well, I'm going to attempt to throw a hand axe at him.
Okay, I think you have disadvantage, right?
No.
What's the range on that?
20 He is 60 feet. That's all I was asking.
Yeah, so 20 feet, you have to be within 20 feet to be able to throw it. You have to, if you're past 20 but within 60, you have disadvantage.
Well, he's restrained, so it should have advantage. So it'll be just normal roll.
Yes. If he's restrained, then he has disadvantage, dexterity saving throw, but also attack rolls have advantage against him. So yeah. Then yeah, it will be just a straight up roll. Then they cancel out.
$22.
Yeah, that hits.
Six damage.
Yeah, so you're gonna throw this hand axe at him, and you're just gonna hear, "Ah, what the fuck!"
The rat just cursed.
You see all of these rats that are around him, all running towards you.
Me?
Ew.
Yeah, you.
Alright.
1, 2.
Hey, Piper's typing.
What?
Andrew's typing.
Oh,
Aww.
Oh.
what did he do, by the way?
He's sick.
He's sick. He has like an
It's an inner ear
intense
infection.
infection. So,
Yeah, he feels like ass.
so all of these rats come running at you, Patrick, and they make it just to you, and they're all going to attempt to bite you.
Alright.
It's an 11.
Miss.
Alrighty. Next is Dazzle.
Yeah. Okay, so I would like to cast my Speak with Animals spell. Yeah, cast.
Okay,
And then-
so what does that do?
It says, you gain the ability to comprehend for 10 minutes and verbally communicate with beasts. The knowledge and awareness of many beasts is limited by their intelligence, but at minimum, beasts can give you information about nearby locations and monsters, including whatever they can perceive or have perceived within the past day. You might be able to persuade a beast to perform a small favor. Probably not, but at the DM's discretion. So really, I just wanted to be able to figure out what's going on in their little knife brain.
Okay, so you speak. This is what is speak with animal, right? And so
Yes.
you can comprehend and communicate with them,
Yeah.
but it doesn't necessarily mean.
No.
Okay, so if you're gonna speak to them, then I guess you need to just. I guess you can go ahead and talk to them, right?
Yeah.
So you can just talk and ask your
I think I'm just gonna be like, "Where's the boy?"
I guess you're gonna hear the rats say, "He's locked away. He's locked away. He's locked away. He's locked away."
But that's kind of creepy as fuck, not gonna lie.
Well, she hears it come from several rats.
Yeah, I know, I don't like that
Yeah.
one bit.
I like the effect you put on it though. Where?
Only Master knows. Only Master knows. We can't tell you.
Where's your master?
You see one of them kind of look over at the rat that's being restrained.
The big boy rat. The R.O.U.S.s.
Yeah, and then at this point, I think that's as much speaking that you can do in a round.
That's 10 minutes?
No. He means
No,
like that's
so
your
a
1
round
second of
is
combat.
6 seconds.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
your turn only lasts 6 seconds. The
Okay.
spell will continue on throughout
I got it.
10 minutes, but for this turn, that's all you can say.
So that's all I can't do anything else?
So that spell took up your action. If you have a bonus action, you can do a bonus action, or if you would like to do your movement, you can also do your movement.
Blah, blah, blah.
I do know that your wild shape is a bonus action. If you would like to do that,
Yeah, I'm not
you don't have to. You also can, and again, it'll be like half speed because it's difficult terrain to get around your comrade.
I think I'm on the platform, the small platform, right?
Correct.
Like where there's a little more room for people to get by me.
Well, the
Yeah,
small
that's
platform isn't. It's actually like it's room enough for like one person to get by you at a time
Yeah.
and not easily.
Okay, so I'm gonna stay where I am at and pass.
Okay. Next is Damaia.
I announced that that's what they said to everyone, by the way.
Okay.
Okay. I'm kind of freaked out that it spoke. It's okay, you said the rats are like running at us? Like they're like coming at us?
Well, they went up to halt and attack. All tried to bite him.
Ew. Okay. So we have rats that are biting at our ankles.
Correct.
Gross.
Some would call it a.
I don't like that. Okay. I guess I'm gonna. Fuck, we can't kill him. We can't kill him. I want to. I'm not gonna spell on him. I guess. Damn. I'm just gonna. Can I try yelling at him? Like, I just want to yell at him. Like, call off your rats. We just want the boy. He's restrained, so like, why the fuck would I hit him more?
The were-rat's gonna yell, "Fuck off!"
Oh, okay, cool.
What?
All right.
Killed him good.
Then now I'm gonna shoot an arrow at his face.
Okay.
That's treason, then.
Yeah, you know, fuck right off, buddy.
Wait, hold on. We can't kill him because of the boy, dude.
Huh?
Don't worry, like,
What? What?
Lexi has a plan.
Like,
Is that what he's saying?
we can't kill him with another the boy.
All right. Well, I'm gonna at least hit him once because that motherfucker told me to fuck off. Does 15 hit? I mean, yeah, it does, right? He's restrained.
Yes, a 15 hits.
Okay.
You can roll a crit.
All right. Let's see if I can do it.
I'm just saying. Let's
Nope.
Kill him, dude.
All right.
Okay,
Fuck
you
him.
hit.
All right. 1d8 plus 3 with these gauntlet things, bracers.
I think it's +2.
Well, I already had +1, so now I have +3.
Oh, okay.
6.
Is it to the damage? Or
Yes.
Is it to hit?
It's to the damage.
Okay, I misread it whenever I was reading it. Okay, so it's 6 points of damage?
Yes.
Okay. For those of you who are paying attention, he now looks bloody.
Yeah, so maybe now we shouldn't hit him anymore.
Don't kill him.
And I think I've mentioned this before, but just so everybody knows, if I ever say that a creature looks bloody, that's my way of letting you know it is at or below half health. It's just like a kind of that way you guys know how much progress has been made. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't always tell you if it's bloody, but in this case you can tell. So next is going to be Moash.
Wait,
Don't kill him.
how did it?
No, Mary goes after you.
Oh, gotcha. All right, tight. That hand's gonna squeeze again.
Oh. Okay, so it squeezes and it just does damage?
Yup.
Damn.
7
What's
damage.
Lexi? Oh.
Okay.
Don't kill him.
Counter 5, really. Just relax.
All right, Mary Jane, or Moash, is that all? Was that an action or was it a bonus action?
Actually, technically it's a wait, come on. I should know that. Might be a bonus act.
No, it's an action. Okay.
Right there.
Mary Jane.
I'm going to channel divinity to charm animals and plants. So I
Okay.
charm. It says as an action, use channel divinity and present your holy symbol to charm for 1 minute each or point creature you can see within 30 feet. Or 5 minutes close right now.
No, just the rat.
How can for the rat?
Yeah, that's right. That.
Okay, so what's the range? 30 feet.
Yeah. Am I close enough to the rats, or do I need to move forward?
You are close. You can move just like 5 feet from the bridge. Basically,
Okay.
to the small platform, you should be fine to get them.
Okay, I'll do that. And then I want to charm that
So
and tell them.
what happens exactly? Like, do they need to roll?
It's a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. They rolled a 15.
Oh.
Damn it.
Is the DC a 14?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they would have saved the 14. Yeah, I guess because it's a swarm of rats, they only have one stat block, but I guess technically, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I would think individually they'd have to roll, but I don't know. It's just the mechanics of the game don't always make logical sense.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's like the average. Yeah.
so, like, roll and the average.
Yeah, well, yeah. That's, I mean, don't worry about it. That takes a while.
No, I could do that. I have a bunch of d20. 7, 14. I think rolls is written. You're not supposed to do it that way. 10.25. So that fails.
Yeah. So they are charmed.
Okay, so take me to the boy.
Okay, so they have to do what you say, or what
Yeah.
do they have to do?
It's just like being like regularly charmed.
Okay, for how long?
1 minute.
Okay, so you guys are still in combat, in initiative. So, are you going to like wait, or I guess?
Yeah. Now on their turn, they would move to where the boy is.
Okay, so Dazzle, or no, I'm sorry. Whereabouts turn? I got confused. So that's your turn? That's an action.
Yeah.
Okay, so the were-rat is going to attempt to break out again. Oh god, he failed again. Yeah, so that's gonna be.
You're out, Paul.
Okay. So the rats are charmed, but the were-rat is not.
Correct.
Correct. So I don't really know. I'm not gonna do anything.
Why don't you just? Oh damn. Yeah, who knows? I don't even know what to fucking
Yeah,
do.
hit the rats. You hit the rats. But then
The rats are gonna start moving toward where the boy is, right? Oh wait, but the rats don't know where the boy is. Fuck.
No, the rat do. The Maya or.
I thought the rat said that only the master knows.
Yeah, they said only the master knows. I'm not gonna do anything.
Sorry, I'll say, they said master knows, not only master knows.
Oh.
If it came out across as only master knows, I'm sorry, but
Oh wait, it wasn't only master now?
yeah, I'm sorry.
You did say that.
My bad. I didn't mean.
But so he's not dead though?
No. Also, you're not doing anything.
Nope.
Okay, so the rats are going to move basically all the way back to where they were, their movement, back onto that other platform that the were-rat is on. And Dazzle, you're up.
I'm gonna move toward the were-rat.
Technically, Patrick, you would get an opportunity attack if you wanted to take it.
I don't want to.
Okay.
Because if I hit them, they lose their charm. They take damage.
Right.
I'm gonna move
Dazzle,
toward the were-rat.
you're gonna move toward there. Okay, so
Yeah.
15.
So he knows that I'm talking to him directly.
So you make it to the L platform, and you make it just past Halt.
Alright, so I'm like looking at the were-rat.
And you're about yeah, you're all about 30 feet away still, because you're kind of like you're on this long side of the L, kind of standing in a row directly across from where he would be on the other platform.
Yeah. So I'm looking at him and I'm like, where's the boy?
He spits
Oh, ooh, slap that
in your
bitch.
direction. You still have an action if you would like to do that.
Hold on 1 second.
Sorry that this is going past 10, you guys. I know that our hard cutoff is like 10:15, 10:30. But this after this fight will for sure stop. If it gets to like 10, closer to 10:30, then we'll just end it no matter what.
Okay, so he's already being held by. I'm just gonna. Okay, so I have my staff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to. I'm reading the description for the staff. I'm gonna use my command word, which is. I don't know, what should my command word be?
It can be whatever you
Slytherin.
want it to be.
Oh no, that's too much.
But did you set? I don't. So sorry to get this is a little. You didn't actually set one up yet.
So, what do you mean set one up?
So like, once you get an item like this that requires a command, where you actually have to attune it, so that way you can use the command.
Nobody's
And it
talking
takes. Sorry.
Alright. Everything I wanted to do today shut down.
Oh.
You could still. We can retcon and say that you did it. Got it.
No, I'll
You
do
do
it.
have to have a command.
Whatever. I'll set that up later then. So forget backtrack. Okay, so what I want to do. Sorry, I'm reading. Okay, so effectively, I'm going to produce a flame, and I'm going to throw it at him, or like in his direction, purposefully not hitting him, but really just to scare him. And then
Okay.
I'm going to, where's the boy? Again.
He's just gonna look at you.
I just hurled a flame at
Are
him.
you trying to here? I think what you're trying to do is like intimidate him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll an intimidation check.
Perfect. Thank you for guiding me.
Kind of. And then technically you're supposed to like. It takes an action to do that, but I just think this is fine.
Well, that was like I could have done. Yeah. Well.
Sorry, I'm getting a lot of echo. Who is it?
Well,
It might be me, sorry.
Okay. If you're not speaking, mute yourself. Okay, good. An 11. Yeah, he just looks at you defiantly.
I'm over this guy. That's really all I can do, right?
Yeah, that is your action. You have a bonus action if you'd like to take one. Otherwise, it's going to be Damaia's turn. Damaia, you're muted if you're speaking.
Say that again. It's
I said
my
it's your
turn. Well, fuck.
Yeah.
So her intimidation didn't go over so well.
No.
And I'm pretty far back. I don't know if I have anything for this.
Yeah, you're the furthest back.
Yeah.
At this point.
How far away am I? Can I even get to him in 30 feet?
No.
Okay, well then
You
I guess.
You're like 40 feet away from him, like as the crow flies, but it would take like 60 feet to like actually maneuver the platforms and bridges to get to.
Yeah, so then I
For you.
guess I guess then I'm just going to do I guess I'm just gonna like defer my turn. Like there's really not much that I feel like I can do at this point.
Okay, Boak.
He's getting crushed.
Okay.
Adrian, mute your mic.
Shit, my bad.
Hold on, he's looking at his stuff.
It's an 8.
8 points of bludgeoning damage.
So, Gabe, as he's crushed this time, you just hear a bunch of snapping,
Oh!
and as the hand, I guess, loosens its grip some, or you definitely see just like blood dripping
Nice.
in pools, and you have killed the swear rat.
Oh yeah.
Well, there goes our lead.
Nah, we'll be fine.
So Mary Jane still has like 48 seconds left of this action she did. Technically, these rats are not possible.
So can I tell them to take me to the boy, or will that?
I think that we should stop here
Okay.
because there's a lot that could happen between what you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And it's 10:15, and I'm tired. I don't know about you guys.
I'm super tired.
Relatable.
It's a weird, awkward point to stop, but we're gonna stop here.
Sick.
I don't know.
Sorry that you didn't get everything you wanted to do, Dazzle.
That's okay. No, it just goes away. That's how it is sometimes.
I would encourage you guys, and especially you, Haley, to continue just like do what you want to do. And I know that sometimes it may sound that really all I'm trying to do, especially with you, Haley, and you, Lexi, is like let you know, okay, like yes, if you want to do this, for sure, you can always you can do what you want, really. But sometimes it may not, what you're thinking in your head may not be exactly what is the way that would work out. You know what I mean? So I just want to make sure you guys are clear, like, do this. Bad things could happen.
No, it's helpful. Yeah. I would ask too, Chris. I'm like, is that something you would suggest doing?
Yeah, which I mean, I may not answer completely truthfully because as the DM, I know Ben, and it's not really like fair to tell you like, oh, don't do that. But
yeah.
I will let you know, like, okay, I might describe a person as looking particularly menacing, so just let you know, like, okay, they may be very strong, maybe we shouldn't attack them. Or I might say, like, something looks particularly deadly, maybe don't go that direction. But
I
I mean,
will,
again,
noted.
do what you want because even in failure can come some of the best, like role playing
noted.
or like the funniest moments. Like I remember in our very first campaign, Gabe tried to do a front flip onto Brady's shoulders, or maybe it was Brady tried to do a front flip onto Gabe's shoulders, like your characters. Do you guys remember that?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, and it did not go well.
Yeah, I tried to do a front flip and intimidate a baby dragon.
And you completely failed and like tumbled onto the ground.
Yep.
And then there was
And it
that time that
very funny.
I literally put Brady in a fucking tree because I got so tired of him.
Oh yeah.
That was great.
Oh, and all the times that Burry got shoved into a bag of holding by Santa Claus.
Yes! He got shoved into so many bags of
Not
holding.
Santa Claus, by Krampus.
Krampus.
Yeah, Santa was also. Yeah. Funny things can happen when you fail.
It's helpful. Well, yeah, no, I will continue. We
Yeah.
will continue as is. I'm not upset by it.
That's okay, good. And if there is anything that's happening for any of you guys, kind of making you upset, or not necessarily upset, but like you think, hey, I think this should have gone a different way. I didn't like the way that you resolved, something. Let me know, and I may say or with conclusion that like maybe what happened was the best situation, or maybe you'll explain to me like, hey, I wanted this to happen, and it didn't happen, or it didn't happen the way I thought it would. Explain to me why that is, or why you chose not to succeed, and then maybe we just need to go into more detail, or maybe I didn't understand what you were trying to do. Yeah, I just think communication is going to be the best way for fun, and I want you all to have fun. That's like the most foremost goal of mine is everybody to have fun. So if you're not having fun, please let me know.
I also feel like I'm really understanding the game more and more, and like kind of what to do.
Right, you guys are definitely doing a lot better with like
I'm like observing, but I'm like trying my best. It just like I feel like takes me a little longer to like think of my options. I feel like I have to like search through my character sheet,
Yeah, I definitely noticed that you guys are doing that much more quickly now than you were at first. So we can see that you're getting better at maneuvering the character sheet and remembering things that you can do. And for sure, continue to do things like unorthodox, because those are fun.
Speak with animals.
Shake a
Hey, that
skeleton's
was a good
hand. You
workout
never
for
know what'll
that.
happen. Pull a lever.
Yeah, and I mean, like, you have spells for a reason, so, like, you use them however you think you would, like.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
All right,
go
well.
have some early.
Yeah.
I did all well with my alarm.
Oh, Patrick's very well.
Good night. Good night.
Good night, everyone.